Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Onward VR Master League Group B Challenger Cup Spring Championship pre-show. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. I am here on what we're dubbing the Mega Desk. And I am with pretty much every caster that is in the business these days. We got down the line, Triple Nipple, Buxton, Sleepy, and Noman. We'll start with Trip. How are you today, sir?
Well, I'm very wide awake compared to everyone else because I'm the East Coast caster and it's like noon for me.
Oh my gosh, well you're rip-roaring and ready to go. Trip will be featuring games over on Master League 3. We'll be having all 3 channels live today, so make sure you're tuning in to all of them. There's going to be some hot action. Buxton, how are you doing today?
I, much like the rest of you, except Trip, are pretty tired, but I'm ready for this. I'm excited for some matches, and especially I'm looking forward to seeing how French Onward Union doing.
Absolutely.
They're finally on the rise in the EU.
Yeah, there's a couple of great teams in the lineup today. We'll be taking a look at that in just a second. Noman, how are you feeling today, bud?
It's a new day. It's a new day. There's new matches. Challenger Cup A was fantastic. We had a lot of really awesome casts, really awesome games from everybody, and I'm looking forward to what the team's bringing out today. I'm glad we could cast more today, so looking forward.
Absolutely. More coverage today. Sleepy, how are you feeling, bud?
You know, NightFiree, I've had my cup of coffee. I've had my little hash brown sandwich.
Oh my goodness.
I'm feeling good, sir. I am feeling good, and I am ready to see this very challenging looking Challenger Cup B that we have today. Not going to be quite as spread, I think, as we had in Group A.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to get your guys' opinions and thoughts on what is coming up. But first, we got to take a deep dive on how this whole thing works because it is a long road for some of these teams. Starting yesterday, Challenger Cup Group A resulted in Legionnaires coming out our champions. So they are the Group A qualifier. Challenger Cup B is today. We'll be crowning a champion today. And then Challenger Cup final is May 5th to 11th. So the teams will decide when they play. I believe that is back to a normal 3-map series, best of 3, and I'm looking forward to casting that one. We'll obviously keep you guys tuned in when that goes live on the Twitter, so make sure you follow it. And then after that, we go to Round Robin A on May 11th. That includes your VR Master League teams ranked 2nd, 3rd, 6th, and 7th. And then over on May 12th, we have the Round Robin B, which includes our Challenger Cup finalists and VR Master Leagues ranks 1, 4, and 5. We then roll down into the semis, May 18th, for the best 2 teams from Round Robin A and the best 2 teams from Round Robin B duke it out. And then we finally have our finals, the VR Master League finals on May 25th. The top 2 teams in the world, in my opinion, will be duking it. And then the winner of that gets a chance to go to the LAN tournament for ESL VR League Season 3 finals. So there's a decent amount on the line here. And you have some pretty powerhouse teams today. Buxton, you're talking about French Onward Union. Who do you think is going to be the biggest threat today in this group stage?
The biggest threat in this group stage, I think it is going to have to be G-Men for my pick overall to take it for the biggest threat. But I think that Animal House, French Onward Union, they're definitely going to be putting up a big fight here. Ember as well, I think are going to try and push majorly through. Though I'm not sure how far they get, but I think they're going to try their absolute hardest, and I'm kind of excited to see what kind of plays they might have hidden up their sleeve.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it's going to be an interesting one. I think I'm obviously a G-Men member, so I'm going to put my vote into G-Men. I suppose I'm a bit biased there. Sleepy, curious on your opinion here. Who are you putting your vote on?
You know, I want to give it to G-Men or Animal House because I'm very close with both of those teams and I know them quite well. But you know what? Today, I'm going to share my love across the pond with mes amis français, le French Onward Union.
Okay. Yeah, they're definitely been a team that's been playing way more coordinated lately. And I think their squad we definitely got to keep an eye on. Trip, what are your thoughts? What team do you think is the biggest threat today?
Did you just forget who you had on the desk? Is that what just happened
I was
there?
going through who I had asked.
What Sleepy said, but in English, French Onward Union is my pick. I think that it would be awesome to have another European team up on those standings.
Absolutely. Legionnaires coming out ahead from Group A yesterday, as we mentioned before. They are Gonna be representing the NA, right? If I'm not mistaken, for the Challenger Cup, and yeah, it'd be kind of interesting to have an NA EU battle for the Challenger Cup final. I know a lot of the community likes to hype up those NA EU rivalries. Trying to think of what kind of play styles we can be expecting today. You know, what sort of stuff are we going to see fast? Are we going to see slow? Are we going to see shield? Noman, what kind of play styles do you think we're going to be seeing today out of these teams?
We've kind of got the mixed bag, right? So I mean, we've got G-Men, and G-Men are very much the methodical style of play, right? They're not very fast. They have their fast plays, but primarily they play things like Downfall and Quarantine, and they play them slow and they play them well. And then you've got Animal House, which is sort of it's the dichotomy to G-Men, which is the hyper aggression, the speedy plays, the good nade tosses. And the beauty of a lot of these teams being new is that we're going to see play styles that we likely haven't seen yet. A lot of these teams didn't get cast a lot in the regular season, so we might see some good mixtures. There's definitely teams that sort of employ several players who are slow and several players who are fast, and when they find that synergy, it could be a really beautiful thing to watch. So, I mean, I'm expecting to see a little bit slower play, even from the faster teams, because there is something on the line. But overall, it's going to be a really good mixed bag. I'm excited to tune into some of these matches, even after the casts are done, and watch the other ones.
Now, Trip, I think you've had probably a good chance to cast a couple of these squads because they are kind of in that Onward Master League 2-3 casting range. What kind of play styles do you anticipate to see today?
Well, I can definitely count on Animal House being fast and aggressive, like they just said. Ember's very methodical as well. They're learning from theirs. And the Colettos are a wild card, so I don't think they've got a play style. Their play style is just fun, so you know they could do whatever. The other ones, I haven't got a whole lot of chance to cast EU matches, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I'm curious, Buxton, why you're going with French Onward Union. What sort of style of play are you expecting out of them?
Well, I don't know how to really categorize them playstyle-wise. I think they are kind of just a generalized balance between the fast and the slow, the methodical. I think they're just kind of a standard European team, but they did some interesting things during the standard just season play. I think it was just maybe 2 weeks ago they pulled it off. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, it was only just last week, actually, the final week of Season 7. They actually took a map off of beginners and made it to map point on a second one, almost actually taking the series. And that's really amazing to me. Beginners, they are beasts.
Yeah.
And French Onward Union, they managed to make a bleed.
And you know, I think it's interesting that you say that French Onward Union, they have that EU play style, because I think when we're talking about these faster-paced teams like Animal House and the wild card like Coletto, and obviously G-Men being a strong team that's been around for many seasons, I think that EU playstyle may be the one that perseveres, that slow, methodical, disciplined style, and I'm willing to bet that that's what we'll see out of them today, because that's what kind of beats beginners, is a better beginners.
I think so, yeah. I'd agree with that.
Now, I do have everyone on the desk, so I'm curious on your opinions. I didn't get to get Buxton or Triple's opinions on what you guys are expecting out of round robin A and B. What one out of those two are you looking forward to the most? Which one do you think, actually here's the question, which one do you think, as I asked him yesterday, which one do you think is the hardest group to be in? A or B? Buxton?
A or B. Honestly, that is kind of a hard sell. Challenger Cup Group A, it did have some very good names in there. You've got Vikings, Silent Purge, Riot, Legionnaires, Idiot with Guns, Dead Logic.
Round robin. I'm asking about round robin.
Oh, round robin. Okay.
Yeah, I want to get your opinions on the future.
That makes more sense.
Future of the.
So that's 2, 3, 6, and 7.
It's basically
1, 4, 5,
it's basically an NA group versus an EU group. If you look at it, it's pretty interesting how it ended up shaking out.
I think it's going to be Group B, the US one, being a lot more difficult. They've got Globochem. They're going to have, Blaze and SMC.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty rough over there.
I mean, whoever the winner is here, Legionnaires from Group A, or the finalists from Group B, that Challenger Cup finalist goes into that group, so they're definitely going up against a pretty tough lineup. Trip. Well, I mean, which group do you think is going to be the hardest?
I don't know. I think the NA group has that aggression down pat, and so I think they're going to be harder to play against. But the B group is going to be that one that gets this wild card thrown into it. So
I think Group B is I'm looking forward.
Group B is the EU group.
Is it? No,
Yeah.
that's NA. That's Global Chem.
No.
Oh no, that's beginners. You're right. I forgot the beginners were ranked 1. Go back and take a quick gander.
So our winner could get thrown into an EU only
Yeah.
matchup and have to fight the slow play and the don't peek and all that, which would make it a little different.
Okay, so I see maybe investing in the French Onward Union for the long con is the right choice then, because maybe they can come out ahead of the Challenger Cup final. They've already given beginners a run for their money. They'll be going into that stage. All right, folks, and I see you guys long plans. I see what's going on here. Yeah, it's some very exciting Onward to come. It's all going to be featured here on the Master League channel, so you're going to make sure that you tune in, that you check out all of the action. You can head on over to vrmasterleague.com/onward. You'll find all of your links to Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, all of that right there at your fingertips. So please get over there, register a team. We also are taking open registrations for casters, so if you want to get on the mega desk, so as they say, now's the time. So I think I don't have too many more questions. I suppose we could take a look at active rosters of the squads. We've kind of already gone over our picks. I guess, Trip, did I get your... I'm assuming everyone picked French Onward Union or Animal House to be the winner of Group B. Is that correct?
Forgotten G-Men.
What about G-Men?
Yeah,
I know.
G-Men.
Well, we were talking. I asked everybody the biggest threat in the group, and nobody mentioned G-Men. They all said French Onward Union, so I figured those were.
I said G-Men.
Yeah,
you
and
said
you
G-Men.
also, I don't think you asked me, but yeah, no, I think G-Men and Animal House are going to be like French Onward Union in a vacuum is great.
Yeah.
They've played really well. They've done well against good teams, but they don't have the NA exposure. They just have not played enough NA teams, and I think that makes G-Men, Animal House, Ember the real powerhouse threats here, because they have had the opportunity to play, several EU teams over the course of the season, and I think they're more used to the EU style of play than French Onward Union would be used to the NA style of play. So I do think it's going to be on the America side of the house, and I would say, you know what, I'm going to go G-Men, and then my second pick would be Ember.
Okay. All right, so then I'll get everyone's picks for who they think is going to come out ahead. I asked you the biggest threat, but now I'll get their picks. Buxton, who's your choice for the winner of Group B?
My choice, I think it's going to still be with my major threat, and I'm going to have to go G-Men.
Okay. Trip, where are you putting?
Same.
You're putting your eggs in the G-Men basket?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm obviously going to be voting for G-Men. I'm an ex-teammate, an old roster member, and I know that they have been bringing in some good new blood to the squad, so I expect them to put in a quality performance today. I think we will be having our matches coming up here in about 10 minutes. We'll be breaking off to our respective channels. We'll be having me and Sleepy here on Master League 1. We'll have Noman and Buxton on Master League 2 and Trip on Master League 3. So if you want to get all the action, you're gonna have to run a multi-stream with 3 streams, and it's gonna be like your, I don't know, what is the what's a good analogy for having all sorts of different, what's the good, I don't know.
Minority Report.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yes, it's going to be very Minority Report-esque. You're going to be swapping around between all sorts of different action, all sorts of different games. and we'll be covering it. I mean, group stage starts in 10 minutes, round 1. And I guess we can take a look at the first few matchups that we're going to be having there. G-Men and Ember to kind of kick things off, I'm pretty excited about. I think that's what we're going to be featuring here on Master League 1. Over on Master League 2, I believe it's going to be Animal House and the Pacifists. And on Master League 3, we'll have French Onward Union and Wrath. So we'll get a look at all the teams that people talked about today, all of the teams that people thought were threats. I'm interested to see how French Onward Union comes out the gate against Wrath. Noman, out of all these games that are starting round 1, which one are you looking forward to see the outcome of?
Yeah, I think the biggest one for me is G-Men Ember. I think it's going to set the tone for the rest of the series for both of those teams. If G-Men suffer a loss early, it could impact morale when they play a team like French Onward Union or Animal House. It could really shake up the standings. But I think one not to be overlooked is how the Colettos perform overall. So I think their first round is going to be a good sign of how they're going to perform in this series. And then based on how they've done in the season, I think we can still expect great things out of them, despite them being relatively new. So that's my thoughts.
Yeah, and Trip, are you saying that do they have a 5-man roster today?
They do not. They are playing with 4 as of right now. I don't think they have their 5th.
That's gonna be a tough go for them today, but at least they'll be having fun and competing in the Challenger Cup. I think with that, we'll send everyone to their respective channels to prepare for the matches. Buxton, any final thoughts today before we head off?
Good luck to the teams involved, I think. That's pretty much all we can say. Good luck to everyone, and make sure to have some fun.
Noman?
Yeah, have the best time you can. I mean, this is high level Onward. This is what people come here for, and hope everybody at home enjoys it as well.
Trip?
Murder!
Sleepy, I think you're back. What about you? Got any last final words? Actually, we need to get your pick. Who are you choosing for today?
Well, I think, like I said in our kind of intro, I'm going to go ahead and stick with my selection of French Onward Union. I think they're here to pull some upsets today and rep the EU and France proud, so that's going to be my pick. And then as far as my last and final parting words to the viewers and to the players, it's just have fun, like we said. I mean, this is all, it's what we're here for. It's fun. I mean, yes, this is the first time we've had a prize for Challenger Cup winners, but also, bigger and better things to move on to for winning this. So good luck to all the teams. Have fun, and just remember, we're all friends here.
Absolutely. And with that, we'll be branching out. We'll be getting prepped and ready for Challenger Cup Group B. Thank you so much for tuning in to the pre-show. We'll see you all in just a moment with some hot Onward action. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a minute. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the action. We are here live on VR Master League 1 with round robin Group B, G-Men versus Ember. Like we said earlier, there's action all across the board on all channels, Master League 2 and Master League 3. So if you want to get the multi-streams running, I highly recommend it, okay? So, that'll be the last time I mention it. Also, I am here with my co-caster, Sleepy, with 2 3s. How are you, Sleepy?
I'm well, NightFiree, now that I've got my audio issues that we had during the show. But yeah, I'm excited. We got a nice one coming up here for the first matchup.
Yeah, it's should be good. I think the lobbies are getting set up now, so we should be jumping into G-Men versus Ember in no time. The first map is Downfall, and if you're not aware of the group stage format, it is essentially this. Each team plays each other only on one map. The maps are on a set rotation, so Downfall here, and I think the next one is Cargo.
Yes, next round will be Cargo, then I believe that's followed by Quarantine.
And then Suburbia.
And we have Suburbia, right?
Yeah.
And then
Bazaar
as the final map.
It's a good lineup, man. It's an excellent lineup. Downfall's an interesting way to start it, and I know we were talking about yesterday how we were kind of maybe impartial to Downfall being the way we start this off, but I kind of liked starting things off with the slow poke and prod and then having the action be pretty fast the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, I can't, thinking about it in that way, I can't say that I disagree with you. Maybe I was wrong in how I was thinking about it. This is a good way to just kind of build up that action in a nice crescendo throughout the day as we go from kind of a slower, more methodical, more team coordinated map to a map like Cargo where things are just going to pop off quick and fast, and teams are going to have rush plays and the action like we saw yesterday with Group A in the Challenger Cup. And then we keep moving back to more well-balanced maps like Quarantine and then Suburbia and then Bazaar to finish off the day. So I think we've got a map pool of probably our most competitive maps, which is great for gameplay as well as for casting. And I think it's going to be a great day. But yeah, after thinking about it and after what you just said, NightFiree, I do agree that maybe this is actually the best way to start out because it does allow us to build up that crescendoing pace for the day.
Well, you don't want to waste a fast map early either, because a lot of these teams have to get loose, have to warm up. They kind of got to get the feel of Onward again, get their blood flowing in their system. And Downfall is definitely a nice kind of, I guess, relaxing, if you want to say there's any relaxing moments, in a relaxing time, so you can kind of get loose and slowly get into the map. And Ember versus G-Men, looking at the rosters now, on Ember we do have their full active roster. Maybe it's just me, I'm not familiar with any of these names. Actually, I recognize a few of them, but I don't know how we're going to say this one. Do you know the first one? How are we going to say the first one?
Stand by. I was setting cameras. Let me get back. The first one, you just pronounce it J-Lo.
J-Lo?
Yeah, just pronounce it J-Lo.
J-Lo, C-Max, Hailfire, Milkman, and Switch. And over on G-Men, we have The Man, Zach Fontaine, Brass to Mouth, Dr. Leo Marvin, and Swooty.
That's a dangerous G-Man line.
I know why the caster desk was the majority for G-Men. Looking at that lineup, it is a certainly powerful one. They have, like I said, they have been acquiring some very good talent over the course of this season, and they've been playing with them and practicing and getting better, and it's going to be exciting to see this G-Men team kind of evolve from the old dudes that it was with me and Chief Pineapple and Biggie into this kind of newer, more agile generation.
Yeah, no, but I do agree, man. G-Men have made some really intelligent pickups, which, and I'm not surprised at that considering in how they play. They play to their intelligent strength, and that's kind of their thing, right? Like G-Men, probably one of the most intelligent plays in the league. Not saying that they are the most intelligent, played team, right? Because there are others that play very intelligently as well and are able to adapt. But G-Men have made a lot of improvements over the last season, and with these new pickups of Zach Fontaine and Brass to Mouth, two deadly killers from other previous teams, they've done nothing but just improve on that. And it seems that even with those new additions that they haven't had too much problem, with that team cohesion. It seems that those guys went into the fold pretty easily, and the team's been doing well ever since. So, I mean, G-Men are going to be tough today, but I'm going to hold strong on my pick on French Onward Union, because just a couple of weeks ago, they almost were able to take down beginners, and that's
an
impressive.
achievement. Yeah, that is something special there. You're definitely playing a strong game if you're capable of nearly taking them out. And I think we're going to find just how prepared G-Men are in this Group B Round 1 stage here as we dive into the gameplay. G-Men on Volk, Ember on Marsoc.
You got that right, NightFiree. It's time to get into the action, folks. I hope you're holding on to your seats, because it's time to get today's Challenger Cup Group B going. And Brass the Mouth was so excited that he went ahead and popped a flare for fun. Firework fun on the start of the round.
I don't know if you noticed there early, but Brass was looking for that northeast spawn. He didn't spot anything, so I think now they're going to rotate, expecting this quick spawn here. And these defensive smokes are to prevent the vision on this crossing exactly. And they do get Swooty across. Leo's in place. But look at how quickly Ember have moved up on this side of the map.
Yeah, Ember definitely not taking any time. They are using it to their advantage. And JLo with a quick pick onto Swooty. And that's going to be a rough going, as he's going to pretty much open the southwest corner of the map to approach the objective. And most of the rest of the G-Men defense is spread quite far. If Dr. Leo Marvin goes down and they are able to suppress Brass the Mouth in that White House up on the hill, they could make their way down to the objective and actually get a cap here. But yeah, I would say that Ember definitely taking a page out of their sister team Blaze's book and using that aggression and that speed to their advantage.
They are in some precarious positions. JLo and Switch have 3 eyes on them apiece, so and they're all in windows. So G-Men are perched up nicely. They did lose Swooty on that point defense, but they don't need that. The objective isn't there. A nice pick from Switch taking down Zach Fontaine, and a refrag from the man with some heavy fire onto the wall pays off, and we're into a 3v4, and there's some heavy action right away. 4:40 left on the clock. This has been a fast round for Downfall.
You got that right, NightFiree, but I can't say that I'm not enjoying it. This is a great way to start off the round. And man, that pick that Switch was able to get onto Zach Fontaine in that north dark room, that was insane. And man, Ember really making a good push here. They've got the man advantage right now. They just need to get those guys that are sitting there in the far north, get them moving up. They got to get some backup there so that these 2 guys in the south are able to start making their way in towards the objective. And
you can see Brass the Mouth here, a veteran strategy, using the pad to bait out shots, putting it on the corner and then peeking the other one. So it actually makes you second guess where you're supposed to be shooting, which corner you're supposed to be taking shots at. And it's a pretty good strat. I think it's saved his life here, as he's been able to try and negotiate with JLo, and I think the push is going to start to come out from Ember now.
Yeah, Dr. Leo Marvin putting down some suppressive fire from inside the objective room. I think he's just firing into the smokes, though, as he saw the smokes come out there. And it does look like maybe, JLo on the move there. He's trying to gain some advantage, so the smoke's probably going to be coming out from him as he makes his way up. And now the team in the north is coming in as well. The smokes are coming out. This could be our final push here from Ember. How will the...
It's not going to pay off. It's not going to work out very well if they don't have that North Marsoc defender taken out, because he has a great line of sight on their push, and he's going to get another one here as he finds C-Max, the man, wreaking havoc on this push. They still have one at White House as well, who's now putting fire down onto JLo. I believe that's Brass to Mouth.
Yes.
This Ember push is falling apart.
It is, yeah. They had good momentum going. It does look like Milkman's going to be able to get that revive out in the middle of the open there in the center part of the map. But JLo's kind of stuck right now. Brass to Mouth definitely got him pinned. He's really got nowhere to go. But he's going to try and use the walking smoke technique. But I think it might be dangerous, because it looks like Brass to Mouth says, you know what, I'm just going to fire into
How much ammo does Brass have? He's got to be getting pretty low now. He's been putting out a lot of shots from this position. And he sees the smoke moving. So he should know that there's that. Yeah, JLo might get across with this smoke. I think
He's definitely going to, but look, Milkman is actually right outside on the objective. He's got Pat out. Dr. Leo Marvin's coming around the corner. He does find him in time to stop the cap, but man, Ember totally snuck up on there. I almost didn't catch it.
Yeah, neither did I. The man catching C-Max trying to rotate around that other side, and it's all up to J-Lo now, who has made it across with smokes and is in the divot. Brass to Mouth has a great angle on this corner, and Dr. Leo Marvin's going to be protecting the objective. But wow, that was close. Ember almost snuck one in.
Yeah, that would have been an amazing, unprecedented situation there, NightFiree, to have G-Men get capped on in round 1 on downfall. Oh, but
now it's looking tough, though.
Yeah, they're getting a little aggressive now. They know they've only got one man left, and they've pushed the G-Man down, or the man down the hill from the South Marsoc Tower, and he's kind of back there to back up and support Dr. Leo Marvin. They've actually got great covers. There's really nothing that J-Lo could do here. He's just going to have to get lucky and hope that he gets the picks as he pushes, because there's no, I mean, Brass to Mouth has the south side of the building covered. The man and Dr. Leo Marvin can cover the north and the underground windows there. So J-Lo is in a very tough spot here with only a minute left in the round.
Oh, he does sneak past Brass. He's up on the corner, and the man peeking around picks him off. How many is that for the man? That's 4. He was absolutely a key defender there up on that hill. Pretty much saving the G-Men from a cap, honestly, because if those picks hadn't come out, they would have had maybe 3 or 4 closer to objective.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, NightFiree. And the man was the linchpin in that defense. Had he gone down, it would have all fell apart. But yeah, I mean, a great play overall from Ember, getting that man up there on the objective, even without the casters noticing.
I know, yeah, I barely
pretty impressive.
I barely swung over there in time to see the kill happen, but.
So kudos to them. I mean, that's a great round for them coming out of the gate against G-Men. But now it's G-Men's turn, and they're a little bit more versed on this map. I mean, they've only had probably 4 more seasons than Ember to play this map.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting some really coordinated plays here. Like we said, G-Men, very intelligent team, and they play to those advantages whenever they can. So we'll have to see what happens. But I'm kind of expecting G-Men to get a little close myself on this one.
We'll see how well Ember is prepared for a powerful push, and if they're tight on their defense, they can definitely hold against G-Men. So we'll see how this shakes out. I'm looking forward to the rest of this series for sure. Ember definitely coming out a lot stronger than I was anticipating, getting real close to objective, looking super coordinated as a team. The right smokes coming out, early pushes, going into positions early that were honestly G-Men caught G-Men off guard. Swooty going down right away from
Switch,
yeah, and I mean, it's just, we'll see how they defend. Maybe they can find an early pick and just get a nice advantage and settle in.
Well, they did get the G-Men got the spawn that Brass to Mouth, I think, was anticipating on the last round, but it doesn't appear that Ember's going to be trying to get that quick look off the spawn. So G-Men will be able to make their way down the hill here and get out of this kind of spot, the tough spot that they're in, because that spawn is a little bit tough to move out from sometimes, especially if the defense is ready for it. But no, they're going to have no problems at all. The man actually going to hang back on the hill a little bit to try and get some early picks himself, and he does find one on Milkman, and it's basically a repeat of the last round, NightFiree. We got 2 quick picks early on in the round, and G-Men off to a great start here as they start utilizing their momentum to gain that ground on the map.
Take a look at the defensive positioning here of Ember on your map. They've sent a couple over to this forward position in the southeast. It's so far away from objective. They have nobody close.
Yeah, I was just wondering, is my map broken, or did they just decide that nobody needs to be near the objective?
I mean, to be fair, the man shut down 4 out of the 5 from this position that Hailfire's in now. And he does have a pretty good line of sight onto one of the attackers, so...
and Hailfire was... Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, you.
Well, I was just going to say that Hailfire did already also get a pick onto Swooty in that western street, but never mind, because Zach Fontaine's going to be waiting for the peek in the window. Hailfire's still up and does have J-Lo there next to him that could possibly get the res, but he's calling it out. But no, Zach Fontaine's going to see him as well, but this time J-Lo's going to go all the way out, and Hailfire's left to himself. He's going to have to just give call-outs because at this point, the rest of the team is just too exposed to be able to do anything to come for him.
Yeah, now Ember are looking super weak on their defense. You look at that map, and they have 3 so far away from objective. Just a couple of smokes would allow Dr. Leo Marvin up to the objective. A switch with a sniper shot, I believe, takes out...
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great silent sniper shot. And he'll...
Yep, using that SVD, and now he's actually cleared the path. He can actually go and res Hailfire and bring things back up to a full-on 3v3.
Yeah, they've salvaged this. They may still very well be able to hold from here, especially if G-Men use up all their utility and don't advance through it. D-Max here with a nice angle down towards objective. Also really exposed if anybody were to be checking windows or anything here, but fortunate enough that G-Men are pretty far back.
Yeah, they are not quite ready to begin their ultimate push, but Dr. Leo Marvin's in position, and he's locked in on those objective windows. I think he's a little confused maybe about as to why there's no one in there. I think 99% of the teams that go play will have at least someone in there unless they're picked.
And here's something odd. Brass to Mouth and G-Men are smoking this building. I wonder if they know Leo's in here. They should.
Oh, Hailfire's on a flank
Yeah.
in the north. He's over at the west red truck. He's coming around behind him, and that's not going to be good. He's already caught one off guard. Now the man's kind of reeling. He's, going. He's looking behind him.
Dude.
He's like, where did that come from?
This is so insanely risky to be doing. It's only something you could really do. Gosh, I don't know. I would never recommend this, but they're doing it. He sent one so far away from objective, and there's only 2 other defenders that have decent vision on OBJ. If I just think if Leo Marvin, there's a path for him there where he can slither his way up to the objective and punch in the code.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. It does look like they've moved Switch down into the objective building at least, so there is someone now at least close enough to run down and get it. And C-Max, oh, he's being real dangerous there, peeking out of that White House side. He's exposing himself to any sorts of open shots, but I think the G-Men are actually too concerned about Hailfire and his flank to really be worried about the objective at the moment, but they got to figure something out soon. They got 2 minutes left in the round, and the man is nowhere near ready to attack the objective. Dr. Leo Marvin is in a good staging position, though.
Leo Marvin just putting out some suppressive shots up into that hilltop area. Just, I guess, giving away his position here at the center, but that flank has totally stopped G-Men. They have 1:30 left. No utility. It's going to be...
And they're both focused on the flank.
Yeah.
Neither one of them is even focused on the objective at this point. That's some great psyops right there,
Yeah.
NightFiree. They got into the heads of G-Men here, I
Absolutely.
think, in the first round, and then now this flank has just completely thrown them off. I don't think G-Men are used to this type of play, because like you said, you won't really see too many higher tier teams doing this because
No.
it's so risky when you only have so few defenders left for the objective, and against a team like G-Men who are usually able to convert on Marsoc here on Downfall. It's a really dangerous plan, but Dr. Leo Marvin is going to find Hailfire finally, as the G-Man the man was actually pushing up on him to get the flank, but now there's 45 seconds left, and neither one of them are ready to attack. The man's so far away. He wanted to go for the double tap instead of going towards the objective, and that's going to be a risky play here. Dr. Leo Marvin putting shots on, but he's got to make some moves here. They've got to go.
I just don't know if they're aware of the time. They have to check their wristwatch. 30 seconds left. Now the beep should have come out as well, so Leo is starting to move. He's got one more smoke as well. He's going to put that in his hand and toss it forward. It's not a bad toss. It should let him get up. Also give away his position to that White House defender if he decides to peek, which he is doing now. Leo doesn't get the pick.
I thought the man's frag was actually going to frag
Wait,
Leo
the
Marvin,
man's-
but the man's on the objective. He's got tab out.
Did he get it in time?
No.
No, he doesn't. He can't get up there in time. They just don't. A little mismanagement. If they had 5 or 10 more seconds, he could have punched it in.
Oh, man, especially with C-Max focusing on double tapping
Wow.
Dr. Leo Marvin there at the end instead of focusing on the other defender or the other attacker, which I'm actually not sure he could even see at that point. But, man, that's... wow. Good play from Ember. I mean, that flank really shut them down, like you said.
And that flank won Ember that round.
It sure did.
That's
Yeah,
why
absolutely.
That's why they didn't get capped on. If they hadn't sent that flanker around, it wouldn't have wasted 3 minutes of G-Men's time because they were basically in those positions at 4 minutes left.
Yeah, it was a I mean,
Really
very
clutch, dude.
unorthodox,
Yeah.
but you know, sometimes that's the stuff that works. That's the stuff you gotta pull out in order to beat some of these teams who are used to a specific type of meta and play style. Pulling that rabbit out of your hat, making those magical plays sometimes is what really will throw somebody off. And G-Men not always been the best team on adaptability when things don't go their way, you know, most, you know, 3/4 of the way through the round. So I can't say that I'm not surprised that they weren't able to kind of overcome that sooner, but you know, I was expecting maybe a little bit more attention paid to their time, considering they've had so many rounds that they've timed out on in the past in regular season play.
And now we move into the next objective. Slow spawn for Ember. They got a long hike ahead of them, and they'll probably be opting for, I would say, maybe a 3-2 split here. But I've been pretty surprised by Ember's already, and it does seem like they may, in fact, send 5 straight over to North.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Ember is really impressing me so far in this round 1 of Challenger Cup Group B today. So we'll have to keep our eyes on them for the rest of the day, because even if they can keep a tight score line on G-Men and lose the round maybe 4-3 or even 4-2, you know, that won't hurt them too much if they're able to convert on other teams later today.
Look
And if
at
they're
how
able to
fast
take,
they're moving.
I'm telling you, man, I can really see the Blaze, the Inferno team spirit in Ember today. They are really doing their brother team Blaze proud, and our fellow co-caster Noman very proud as well, because yeah, they are, and this is one thing I've always said about Blaze, but I think it's also proving true for Ember right now, is that they're good on consistently moving forward. They're good at maintaining that momentum. We'll see a few suppressive shots from Switch 201 onto the man's position in the center hotel, but no effect. You just saw him running past the window. He does know he's there. Now he's going to toss out the smoke to see about getting himself out of this position.
I honestly think holding the smoke is a better utilization of the smoke. So, after seeing it done there that last round and seeing it done so many times to cross streets, to get interrupted there by a pick as the man gets a little overzealous, and Brass to Mouth does catch out Switch, who was not holding the smoke.
Gotta hold those smokes, bro.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, we saw that a little bit yesterday as well with some of our
Quarantine.
teams that were holding the smoke. Yeah, on quarantine. So definitely a new strategy, especially with those directional smokes, you know, wherever that top of that canister is pointing is where that smoke's going to come out and kind of direct itself. So you also got to make sure that they don't land upside down like we saw in Suburbia yesterday, where that smoke was just basically smoking the underground.
How G-Man's dead?
Nice little defensive smoke here from Swooty to kind of cut off the sight lines of the attackers as he's going to make his way to try and help cover the northern side. But he does get spotted from, looks like maybe hailfire there as he pushes across.
Oh, and Milkman catching out Swooty on the other side of the wall. Some good shots from him. And Zach Fontaine and Milkman are right here. Zach's just peeked around the corner. Cymax sees him and trades. Milkman will be able to get the res. Brass to Mouth peeks
Milkman
out.
just making deliveries all day. Delivering that sweet, sweet calcium to Swooty, and then able to bring his teammate C-Max back from the dead. Milk is a very vital and important part of your diet, ladies and gentlemen. So please make sure that you're getting enough of it. And if not, contact the Milkman. I'm sure I'll be happy to make a home delivery for you.
Brass to Mouth in the 2-story, holding hard. This is Ember's push with 3 minutes left on the clock. Smokes are coming out, and C-Max is here. He could be punching in the code right now. Dr. Leo Marvin. Ember's going to get the point. Oh, no, he's not coding in. He heard Leo Marvin move inside, and he got worried. Now he's going to go. Oh, what's happening? He's going to enter the code in or not? Yes, he's punching it in. Ember are going to go up 3-1 against G-Man on map 1.
Uh-oh, Dr. Leo Marvin, he's getting antsy, but he's scared. He knows that the man just went down there. He's going to need to try and, like, peek this window. C-Max taking so long. My nerves are shot, NightFiree. I should not have had that extra coffee this morning because now I'm shaking, but Ember going to get the cap, and they're going to take the lead over G-Men 3-1, NightFiree. What is going on
Wow.
here?
Wow. G-Men. Just kind of forgetting about that other side of the object. You know, they wanted to push it, but they had the right suppressive fire coming in. There's 2 alive, and the one was on Overwatch doing his job of not killing the defender, but just putting the rounds onto the corner to prevent him from being able to check and push more forward and kill their capper. That's a really great coordinated play from Ember there, and yeah, they take the lead 3-1.
My mind is blown right now, NightFiree. I was not anticipating this from Ember. They've had a little bit of a shaky season this year in regular season. They've definitely been doing better than seasons past. They've been making a lot of improvements, but I cannot say that this was to be expected at all. I mean, I was, from that first round, I was expecting a nice tight game, but to come out and get that cap like that against G-Men, that's going to hurt. I hope G-Men are able to kind of keep their heads together and not tilt after that cap, because they're going to definitely need to come back here, as it is map point on the line right now, and G-Men have to convert on Marsoc.
Diving into round 3. And G-Men getting the same spawn. We'll see how they play it.
I still just can't believe it, NightFiree. I don't know. Oh, man. Ember, kudos to you guys. You're doing a hell of a job today. Let's hope you can keep that up, because this is a long day, NightFiree, and you and I both know that the stamina really will come into play later.
Ooh.
But the G-Man able to pick up C-Max as he rotates over. But it did appear, as I was listening to the spawn there from Ember, that he was aware that it was a dangerous possibility to try and get to this position, but he did go for it anyway.
Yeah, they had the 3-1 lead. They can afford to kind of go for a risk-reward scenario there.
Absolutely.
As long as they keep their 4 remaining tight on D. Should be okay, but a nice start for G-Men. Exactly what you need if you're looking to come back after a cap like that. I don't think Zach Fontaine's going to be ready for J-Lo's spot here. Oh, he did just spot J-Lo cross.
1 north bungalow.
And now J-Lo's kind of stuck. He's pretty much trapped inside here.
He's on the west.
It might help if I make my commentary without my mic being muted. I was going to say he's trapped in the closet. A little terrible R. Kelly pun for today. The G-Men offense, if we take a look at the overhead map, it's a little wonky, I'd say. I mean, it doesn't seem to be much rhyme or reason to it. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe it'll make itself more clear here in a moment, but it really appears, well, I take that back.
Yeah, they have their Overwatch position on that hill, and then there are 2 advancing up the south side. They're going to have to deal with that defender who has the Overwatch position of the street, Hailfire.
Smoke him and Dr. Leo Mart across.
Oh,
I'm seeing some. Oh,
weird audio lag from you. Turned into a robot for a second.
yeah, because I got booted from the lobby
Oh.
at the same time that happened for some reason. So I'll wait till the round is completed so I don't cause any issues with the round, and then I'll jump back in and join you, NightFiree.
Absolutely, sounds good. We'll keep the coverage here. Swooty and Leo do manage to cross the street underneath the nose of Hailfire, but they now have J-Lo, who is trapped in that room, still has great line of sight down onto this push. But he is also getting suppressed from the back, so he has to be careful how he peeks and how he takes these shots at Leo or Swooty. Look at the coordination. Leo comes up here, grabs the smoke, pushes it forward a little bit. Swooty on the rock, putting out the suppressive fire. Now they're just going to kind of vault across with each other, one suppressing the other. And Swooty does not make it across as he tries to take the fight with J-Lo. Now it's a 4v4. Leo is over there, though. Has turned it into a 4v4.
That bounding shoot and move that you're describing is an excellent tactic. In fact, always make sure you have someone able to cover your cross if you can. If you're running solo, obviously there's nothing you can do about it, but when you're running in a small fire team or a squad like that, you want to make sure that you're able to cover each other's pushing. So that way the one man can focus on getting to where he needs to be rather than focusing on who's shooting at him or trying to return fire.
Say one.
I think they're trying to coordinate suppressive fire. Leo in the middle here, putting out some rounds towards J-Lo. Also trying to get an angle onto Milkman, who's been staying pretty tight on that little pillar between the windows and not moving off of it. Did just peek his head for a second. I wonder if Leo saw that.
1-2-story heli.
Yep, he did. Just calls it out. So now they know Milkman's there. Milkman drops back after peeking there, because I think he also saw Leo in that window. Meanwhile, Zach Fontaine has made his way dangerously close to J-Lo, but they won't be able to do anything against each other because they're separated by buildings. Grass to Mouth using this tiny defilade to inch his way across. J-Lo decides to peek this. They do get one more inside, and J-Lo does peek with a nade. Zach Fontaine in trouble on the corner. Will it detonate? It does get him. Zach goes down, and J-Lo's doing some work here. Brass can't land the shots. He's going to actually toss a follow-up frag, but he gets killed on the backside by the man, and now the push coming out from G-Men. They 3v3 with one Resable. One gets hit. Milkman getting tagged in the second story by Leo as he pushes forward. They have to have the overwatch from Switch pay off here, and he does catch Dr. Leo pushing in. Now Brass to Mouth going to have to deal with that next as he crosses over, and he does, and now he has a chance to cap. Hellfire's inside. They're going to answer back with a cap of their own. Hellfire's not going to go around in time, and they get it. It's tie ball game 3-3.
Oh my God, NightFiree, did we pick the right game to cast today
What
for
the
round
heck?
one? That is amazing. Wow, I am impressed with both of these teams. I mean, for G-Men to be able to bring that back and just cap right back onto Ember, that is just freaking amazing,
Wow.
man.
Wow.
But if any team could do it on this map, I would definitely say G-Men would be the one to do it. They do have that excellent coordinated play, and just from me listening to you, I could visualize what was happening on the field, and I could just see, you know, how the chess pieces were moving in my head. And maybe that's because I'm kind of used to observing from overhead, and you know, I've got that caster mindset now. But those call outs were great, and it sounded like the G-Men were just all gears in
converged
motion.
perfectly on that objective. They had all four in the perfect spot at the right time. 17 seconds left on the clock, so they managed their time effectively. That was a really well orchestrated play. They got and honestly they got the picks they needed. They got the right trades at the right time, at the perfect time, to allow that push to happen. Brass to Mouth with a massive clutch shot, picking off that crater defender and then running up to the objective to cap. If he didn't get that, it's a totally different ball game, and Ember probably coming out 4-1. I hope you got back in, Sleep, because we're diving into more action. Round 7. Sorry, not round 7. Round 5. 4?
I don't, too many caps, NightFiree. I don't know
Dude,
anymore.
someone else do
It's
the
round
math,
5.
you know?
It's it was 1-1, then it was 3. Okay, this is round 5.
Okay. My voice can't handle this much action this early, dude.
I
We got a
know,
lot.
buddy.
We got a lot of games.
And of course, my dropout didn't help because you had to do that whole round solo. But it's fine. I'm back. I don't know what the heck happened there. I almost feel like whenever Dokken updated the challenge page with whoever's score has already been input so far, it might have refreshed the page and somehow, I don't know. But either way, it was not ideal.
Ember sending all 5 over on the east side. You're going to take that hilltop control and try and get the high ground advantage.
Anakin would approve. On this, the revenge of the 5th.
Wow, what a great. You're great, dude.
I just try and make all them pop culture references, bruh.
Switch here has eyes on White House. He's staying pretty dialed in there. They do know there's one there. I have to deal with that once they make their way up the ravine. It'll be Milkman and C-Max.
A little bit of suppressive fire coming out from Switch there. Nothing too dangerous. No picks being made. I'm actually really surprised that the G-Men don't have anybody in the White House there on the hill.
Look what's going on over here with Zach. He moved out of the White House. That's exactly why he's not there. Oh, he gets one. Can he get two? He gets the double.
Wow, Zach Fontaine doing work and showing me why it doesn't matter if he's in that White House or not. He's still going to pick 2.
Wow, and 2 instas too. And Zach is resable, so if Hale comes out here, he can call out that location if he hears it.
An amazing play from Zach Fontaine. And this is exactly what we were talking about with those new pickups of both him and Brass to Mouth. Both of those players really coming in handy today.
How insanely risky is that to be doing? You're in a it's 3-3. You have no picks, and you push the hill and find. I mean, that's just like an insane move to be doing. We've seen some really odd choices today, dude. I don't know what to say.
The Challenger Cup brings out the best in our players, NightFiree. I mean, they're putting it all on the line here today to secure their spot in the next stage of the VRML tournaments. And good on them. I mean, in their Switch, grabbing a nice headshot on a Brass to Mouth with a bit of a foolish rotation into the South Valley. And now he's pretty well in position, getting ready. He's going to be able to kind of push for a cap here soon as long as his team gets into position to back him up. But they're going to have to deal with Zach Fontaine in the north, and G-Man's actually going to find Switch in the center with little to no problem. So now it's all up to the last 2 in the north. And like you said, Zach Fontaine's still up over here, still downed, able to give call out. So hearing that smoke, he's probably giving out that information to his team, and we'll just have to see what comes of it. But it's looking like G-Men might have this one in the bag.
Yeah. If Ember can get if they can pick off that Overwatch position from, I think it's the man in the center, they have a chance here. And kind of line of sight their way pretty close to objective. I think Hellfire going in the ravine's a good choice. Confirming Zach Fontaine and then getting into the ravine and having that, using that kind of that hill to peek over.
Zach does give out a little chirp of acknowledgement to one of his teammates, and that'll prompt Hailfire to give the final double confirmation, double tap there onto Zach, and now they'll be free to move around in here in the south side with no information being called out to the remaining team members. So we'll have to see now if Ember can convert this, or are they going to wrap back around? They got 2 minutes left on the clock. It's not a whole lot of time, but there is enough time for them to kind of reroute if they need to.
Hellfire's going to make the move, tried to make the play, but they didn't have the pick they needed. The man had to go down for that to work, and I think he was trying to get to that little bit of wall, but couldn't quite make it, and it's now all up to JLo to take map number 1 of the group stage. Ugh. Try that again. It's up to JLo to take map number 1 of the group B stage. No, that doesn't work either. Group
Challenger Cup Group B's.
There you go.
But it doesn't matter because they're going to find J-Lo, and G-Men are going to go ahead and wrap this one up. But my goodness, NightFiree, I really can't say that I expected Ember to go 4-3 against such a team like G-Men. I mean, G-Men ranked, what is it, 8th, 9th worldwide right now, and Ember, I'm not even quite sure where they're ranked at the moment, but it's a pretty large gap. So Ember, kudos to you guys. I mean, that's definitely going to help you out later. You might have taken the loss, but as long as you can play that well against all the other teams today,
yeah, there's a real chance.
Yeah, you could could really pull something out here today. So
Because
kudos to you.
and if G-Men are playing like that against Ember, there's a very good chance they'll lose against some of these other teams that we've been hyping up today as well, like French Oddworld Union, Animal House. There's other very strong teams in this group. Ember is just kind of coming out of the woodwork as a team that's ready to duke it out today.
You got that right, man. Oh my goodness. It has been, that was the most interesting round I could have hoped for the first map, and especially for Downfall. We definitely got a different taste of Downfall than we did yesterday, wouldn't you say, NightFiree?
Yeah, that was a much better dosage of Downfall for sure. Very pleased with the start of that for Group B. I think we're just waiting on the Coletto's match to finish,
Yes, that is correct.
and then we will be moving on to round 2. And I'm looking. There's a lot of great matchups that are going to be happening today. We're going to have a hard time deciding which ones to cast.
Yeah, that is true. We're gonna have to. We might have to do a quick.
Yeah, we'll
campfire
discuss.
session with the other casters and figure out how we're gonna select the matches going forward today, because we need to be able to get those quickly, so we don't hold things up trying to decide.
Absolutely, and we will be back with more Group B action shortly. We're going to take a brief pause, a little break, and we'll have round 2 of Group B in just a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Onward VR Master League Round Robin Group B, Round 2. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. I'm here with my co-caster Sleepy with 2 3's, and we'll be bringing you French Onward Union and Big Red One. Over on Master League 2, we have G-Men versus Animal House in Master League 3. I'm not sure what Trip chose. But there's action across all 3 channels, so I highly recommend you go get your multi-stream going and get involved.
Actually, Trip has posted a multi-stream for any of you that are in the Onward Discord. You could go down to the League Streams Media tab or channel, and at the very bottom today, Triple Nipple, our caster for Onward Master League 3, has posted a multi-stream link for all 3 channels together. So if you do want to watch the multi-stream, feel free to head on into the channel, click that link, and pull them all up, alternate between the matches as things kick off here in round number 2 of Challenger Cup Group B.
Really great stuff. Big Red One on the offense, French Onward Union on defense, and we're on.
It's going to be a very French battle here today, NightFiree. Both of these teams, I think, are 100% French players.
We're not going to know what's going on.
At least, yeah. Well, I might know a little bit, but it's going to be very hard for me to pick up.
Okay. Mr. Fancy Man over here, multilingual.
Uh-oh, I see a C4 sitting right outside the tunnel, and it looks like Big Red One's going to charge right into it. No, the shield user does see it. Is he going to neutralize it?
No, he doesn't, and it catches him out. Somehow he goes down, but Vivi does not. He won't be able to get the res. A nade doesn't catch him either, and there's a bit of a fast-paced chaos to this round as we kick things off with a couple of frags and some C4.
I'm loving how both of these teams are playing right now. Big Red One definitely not afraid to use some momentum, use some aggression here. And neither is French Onward Union. They've thrown out a few artillery strike grenades, and that C4, of course, which is able to take down the shield player. Nice one there. Now I do like how Big Red One has left Nikki way back there in the back in order to be able to cover any sort of long flanks. Another frag's gonna come out towards V-Wolf. How did... What?
Looked pretty good on my screen.
I'm just... because it looked like an enemy grenade on my screen, but yet it read as a team
Oh, it
kill.
was it. Oh. Oh, it bounced off the shield.
Ah.
That's an odd bug we've been seeing lately where
Yeah.
the shield, if a nade hits the shield user, it then counts that nade as the shield user's nade. So even though he was dead, his shield still counted.
That's impressive right there.
Yeah.
You're dead and team kill. I mean, wow. Yeah, we gotta get the devs on that one because that's a pretty loopy way to get a team kill. French Onward Union, though,
Yeah.
they have shut down Big Red One here. They've not lost a single player. Their defense very strong here. I got no faults in their play, though I am somehow missing one of them. Oh, there he is. He's in the back. It's an interesting spot. I've never really noticed anyone use that before in this objective, but it's actually quite a good one.
Pretty good smoke from Nikki allows him to cross, and he'll get the res, so into a 2v5. Still not exactly what you're looking for, but better than 1v5.
That's right.
I am surprised to see nobody grabbing that shield and trying to use that with their rifle. It's interesting that Bagul isn't checking this line of sight that Vivi was able to cross here. He does finally peek in a trade. Opens up an interesting route for Nikki if he wants to take it. Bit of a hush here as Nikki slowly inches his way up to this big gap that he's going to have to cross, where I think that's what he'll get picked off. I'll have to take down Exodin and Toxic, which will be a very tall order, and Bruiser peeking out after those shots coming in, and Big Red One getting cleaned up by French Onward Union in round 1. Wish my co-caster wasn't sleeping.
I must have accidentally hit my mute button for some reason. I don't know how that happened. Was I out that whole round?
You might have been.
Sorry about that, folks. I thought I was good. Maybe I hit the button by accident. Oh, I know what I did. I did mute it because I was cleaning something off of one of my keys and I didn't want it to make a lot of noise. So my apologies for that. But yeah, this is exactly why I picked French Onward Union today. And man, they are proving me right. They are doing great work here against Big Red One so far. They took their first map in a blowout of 4-0. So let's just hope they can keep that momentum up. If they can keep all these 4-0s coming in, I think they'll pretty handedly take the day.
Mm-hmm. Definitely looking good, but they were Volk. They were on the defense. We'll see now how they go on the offense and how their attacking strategy is. I think this will kind of really set the tone for the rest of the map. If they come out here and come in strong, I'm gonna agree with you on the 4-0 call for French Onward Union.
Well, I'm glad we can agree on something for once, NightFiree. Yeah, I've never had the opportunity, I don't think, to watch Big Red One play, so I really can't say that I'm expecting them to come back and put up any points, but just seeing like the score lines and how well French Onward Union's done this last season in comparison to others, I don't know, I really have my bets hedged on them. Definitely doing some of that high-level play style. Bagul already giving some LMG suppressive fire down one of the lanes here to try and keep the cross from coming out on the defense. But he's going to have some return fire coming in from Binvold Trefnix.
Fun names to say.
Yeah, just listening to the local audio of our cameras getting close to the action. It's interesting for me. I'm so used to hearing English being spoken by our teams, and just a complete French communication here from FOU, which is very obviously why. Oh, and a beautiful grenade from Briseur, gonna take down Nikki. And that'll be a nice little start off for French Onward Union, but Rob, he looks like he's gonna try and make his way out to get that res, but this could be a bad idea.
Nade caught Captain Punisher on the backside, and Rob catches one through the super tiny grab. Bayer catching Exodin, and now it's up to Bagul and Toxic, and Big Red One looking great on the defense here.
Yeah, they're really doing a great job. It looks like Bagul's going to be able to try and get up Punisher, but Punisher going to be way too out in the open, and Rob going to get that pick as the res comes in. It's not looking good now. It's all up to Toxic.
I'm being told bro is German, by the way.
Oh, are they? Oh, yep, they are. I just listened to Binvold Trefnix's call-outs, and that was definitely not French. So, okay. So I was wrong, and forgive me for that. I don't mean to insult the Germans by calling them French or insult the French by calling them Germans. But we do have a nice little EU bout going on.
Absolutely.
Something we don't normally get to see, NightFiree, since we're like 9 hours behind most of them.
Yeah, we're not active in their time zone, so not often we get to catch a battle between any EU teams. But here we are watching one, and Big Red One definitely coming in strong on the defense as well. And I mean, they have 5 alive, just like French Onward Union did.
Sure enough, Toxic's definitely displaying a level of patience. that you don't see too often. Ooh, but he's going to find one. And honestly, if these two just go hammer inside on him. Oh, a nice nade going to come around the corner. Oh, no, it's a flash.
Oh.
And it's going to be super effective. Little Pokemon call out there for the folks at home. It's super effective. And FOU finds another one, and he's already brought things back from a 5v1 to a 1v3. Can he do it with the rest of the team? Is he going to be able to pick off Binval there and make his way up the side and maybe catch a flank onto V-Wolf? Or will he be shut down in his prime? He's got almost 3 minutes left, so he's got plenty of time on such a small map like Cargo NightFiree, but we'll have to see what he can do here. Will he be able to convert? But he does find V-Wolf, and things are quickly turning around. He finds Binval as well.
Toxic is trying to run this one back. He has made some unreal plays here. The patient play for the first kill, the flash on the corner, and now a great double. And now he's in a 1v1 with 2 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time to work with, to rotate around with, to play with the mind of the final defender of Bro Nikki.
That is impressive. I got goosebumps right now, NightFiree. That was a smart play. That was well thought out and well executed. So bravo to Toxics there. Let's see.
Clip it and ship it. You know?
Clip it, ship it, and send it, because we have got a lot of clips that we need to get. We're going to be trying to put together a big best plays from the championship clip montage later on. So be sure you get those clips in. And then also, you know, we are still going to be doing the V-Respawn recap shows over the next few weeks to cover, you know, all the Challenger Cup and round robin stages also. So make sure you're still getting those clips, as we will be able to still get you those highlights in the V-Respawn show and in a nice clip montage for the end of the season that I think Buxton's planning on putting together for us.
There's a lot of really good Onward that we've been fortunate enough to see this season, and the gameplay and the skill level is only getting more, you know, higher and higher. The sort of plays and coordination that we've been seeing this season, you know, is superior to every other season in my opinion, and I'm so excited to see how these championship round, these next few weekends hash out, because it's just going to be nothing but real fun Onward to watch.
Yeah, it is. There's going to be a lot of upsets. There's going to be a lot of like decimations, you know, teams just walking all over other teams, but it's going to be, you're exactly right. This is going to be the most exciting Onward that you're going to see all season, except for maybe once we get
exciting right now. We got 30 seconds left, and French Onward Union Toxic is pushing forward. Nikki here has the angle, and Toxic with the full ace.
He gets the full ace 1v5. My God, he just pulled. Who was it that did that?
Yeah, that was
from Lemon Squad, right?
Yeah, it was very reminiscent of that that comeback. What a fantastic job from Toxic there. He is now 6-0 on Cargo.
Whew. Whew. Oh my. NightFiree, this is 2 rounds in a row.
I know, we had some really great Onward action. This is, I mean, I can't even imagine what's going on Master League 2 right now, dude. Animal House versus G-Man, that's got to be an excellent round 2 on Cargo, too. I mean, there's fantastic games, fantastic plays everywhere you look right now. That's why you got to get that multi-stream, which we were talking about earlier. I want to get that link into Twitch chat, if you could do that, and just kind of spam it around in there.
Which link is this?
The multi-Twitch link that...
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Here, let me go pick that up while we're in between rounds.
And if you're listening to this and you hear me say it now, do it 6 minutes later, because Sleepy's doing it in the future.
That's right.
Well, I guess do it now.
All right, I got that loaded up in the old pistola. I'll be ready to fire that off every now and then in the chat. But if you want to, go ahead and click on that multi-stream link, as we talked about before. You'll be able to pull up and watch all 3 games at once and kind of bounce back and forth between them as one maybe goes in between rounds. Well, so far we have got a banger here. Cargo, bigger French Onward Union, just letting Bro have it at the moment. But gotta say that Bro's defense was really tight on that last
was looking great. They had 5 alive. They had the right positioning. They had just that one that was sort of looking for the flank that got killed by the flash. I'm not sure his position was ideal.
And some early advanced smokes from Bro. They're going to try and make something happen, but it's not going to matter. French Onward Union going to be ready. Toxics and Exodin able to find 2, and that's already got Big Red 1 down to 3 members.
Nade coming out from V-Wolf, not landing. Gonna try and push out. Hope he doesn't get fragged as well. He'll be okay as he makes his way into those center cargo crates. Super risky area to be pushing just because your feet are exposed underneath all of these doors. And if anybody's prone looking for that, you're an easy shot here.
Man, I gotta say, French Onward Union likes to play a lot farther back on their defense than I'm used to on Cargo. I mean, look at, they got 4 members like in the very back side of the map, and I'm just not accustomed to seeing that kind of defensive style or play.
I think it's because if you put a couple of smokes out and you get the smokes onto objective, there's a chance you can push into that little hallway and really be a threat. V-Wolf here trading with Exodin inside. Now there's only 2 left alive from Bro, Nikki, and the buyer.
And a quick res from Exodin on to Bagul, and French Onward Union back up to a 5-man power team. And that's exactly what they've been here so far. Just Nikki and the Bear left on the Big Red 1 side. They're about halfway up the map, but they still have plenty of time. 4 minutes, a lot of time here on Cargo to be able to do something, as we saw with French Onward Union's Toxic, or was it Toxics? Yes, it was Toxics. That was able to bring back that round in a 1v5 clutch at the end of the last round.
Smoke dissipating, and now I think Bro out of utility. Actually, Nikki has 1 more smoke available. And here should have a straight line of sight onto the buyer, but he's crouched so low he didn't see him through the pallets. Ooh, and Exodin patiently waiting on the corner, takes down Nikki, and now it's all up to buyer, who should know that Exodin's over here now, at least off of that. Good pickup for him, and now a 1v4. Can the buyer do it? Can he come back?
It is going to be a tough call, or a tough thing for him to do, that's for sure, especially with FOU in such, back drawn, held back defensive positions. They are really just focusing to make sure that no flanks come out. I don't know, Bayer and Punisher might catch each other here. Punisher decides to peek that corner. Bear definitely hearing some communication from somewhere. So it seemed like he was going to run away for a second, and then it seemed like he heard something and kind of turned back around and was like, "Oh, maybe I won't go away just yet."
Ooh. Fire almost getting picked on that cross.
Oh, there's a tight angle that Bayer could be using to find the arm of Bagul, but Bagul's going to be throwing nades. So 2 nades are going to come out from 2 different sides, and that's going to be a good one right inside the container. And right on top of the Bayer, and FOU go up 3-0.
So far, the caster prediction coming to fruition here. We'll see if they can put a better offensive round up next time, because Big Red One definitely have a chance to get one on the board if they play defense like they did last round.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that 100%. We already said that their defense on the first round that they had was excellent. Just, you know, that amazing that amazing 1v5 that I still just could not get over, able to secure a French Onward Union that point instead. But I mean, yeah, Big Red One's defense, there's nothing to really fault them on. They just got outplayed and outclassed, unfortunately, by Toxics there in that round, and that's not something that's going to happen every time, you know, that they're on defense.
Our next map will be Quarantine. And if French Onward Union take this, they'll likely be facing off against someone like Animal House or G-Men.
Yeah, let me take a look at the rankings, how it's pulling out right now. Yeah, I would say that we'll probably see FOU and Animal House in the next matchup, unless they're still doing the spread, you know.
Right.
But I think we'll see French Onward Union and Animal House, and I'd be excited to see that one, especially played out on Quarantine, where it's going to be a lot more about that coordination, like we saw on Downfall, rather than kind of the sheer overpowering ability of your offense versus the defense in a map like Cargo.
Absolutely.
Renn du vor, dann treffen sie dich.
Ja, ja, genau. Ja, ja. Ich warte. Diesmal passiert gleich.
Ooh, and almost going down on the cross. Binvol just makes it to his defensive position. Same with the buyer.
FOU's already managed to put 3 in the center of the map with Rob right around the corner, but if Toxics just puts his way inside the room, he's going to find Rob, or Rob actually going to push his way out. Ooh, is Toxics going to see this? No. But Berserk's going to back up enough for Rob to be able to find the kill, and now he's down. Here comes Rob on the push. He's going to try and go for the other 2.
Ooh, he got hit in the back by Bagul and then finished off by Punisher.
Yeah, he just barely missed Toxics. Toxics just able to get himself out of the line of fire. And luckily for him, his teammate was ready in that room, Punisher, to take him down. Well, frags out from the corner from the Bear, but it's going to bounce off the pipes and be rendered pretty much ineffective. Smokes are out on the objective. Is FOU going to go for it here?
Not sure. I don't think they can. They do have the buyer who's watching this cross here.
Yeah, they also quite haven't moved up all their players into position to be able to kind of go in all at once. But a frag's going to come out attempting to get back there to find Binvol, but not quite going to go far enough, either one of those 2 frags. But the team is catching up, and that's going to be good for Toxics and Punisher. Now Bagul's going to find Niki in the corner, and that'll open up the western side. Toxics finds Binvol, and that's going to open up the objective now. The Bear is going to have to really pay attention because he's got 3 members of FOU crashing in on the objective. What is going to happen? He does find Captain Punisher, and then Bagul does find the Bear, and French Onward Union take the map 4-0. Just proving once again why I chose them for today's winners of the Group B.
Looks like G-Men also winning against Animal House.
We might be seeing FOU G-Men.
I think so.
Next round.
I think so. I think we may. I think there's a little bit more chance for some back and forth in this group stage than there was last stage. I think by round 4 we had it decided. I think, you know, round 5 it's going to come down. It could very well come down to round 5 in deciding who our champion is going to be of this group stage.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah, I mean, yesterday, you know, we actually had cut the cast before the Legionnaires. Who was it? Silent Purge match finished because they didn't have spectator slots for us to watch the final game. But it did actually come down to tiebreakers yesterday between Legionnaires and Stone Cold Killers, because Legionnaires lost to Silent Purge in that last round, and it went to tiebreakers. And I can't remember which point in the tiebreaker, stages Legionnaires edged them out, but I believe it was because Legionnaires beat Stone Cold Killers earlier in the day that they did win the tiebreaker and in fact win the challenger Group A portion of this stage. So definitely been interesting, and it did come down a lot closer than we thought it was going to. I mean, we did discuss the possibility that if Silent Purge had beat Legionnaires that it could come down to a tiebreaker situation, but we were just a little too unsure, I think, NightFiree, so we couldn't really call it effectively. But I don't know, I think today is just going to be so much closer overall, even just going into the final map, that we're not going to have those easy calls to make unless FOU just keep running away with 4-0 leads.
I think I am going to cut to intermission here while we hash out what next match we'll be watching on all the channels. So we will be right back with more Onward action. Don't go anywhere. I'm telling you, it's only going to get better from here.
You got that right.
Welcome back, everybody. More Onward action at your fingertips. Today, for round 3, we have G-Men versus French Onward Union. My name's NightFiree. I'm here with my co-caster, Sleepy. We haven't gone anywhere.
No, we have not. But I'll tell you one thing, our pacing today seems a bit faster than yesterday, eh, NightFiree?
Yeah, we're getting through games in a pretty good manner. We'll see if this. I anticipate this one to probably be a pretty lengthy
this
one.
Probably took a while.
French Onward Union versus G-Men, the top teams in the Group B bracket right now. Numbers 1 and 2, both undefeated with 2 wins apiece. And then we have on Master League 2, Ember versus Animal House. That one, almost thought about featuring on this channel because that one's going to be a fantastic battle as well. Ember won their last round. Who would they play against? The Pacifists 4-3. We'll see if they'll be able to deal against Animal House. But right now, we're diving into French Onward Union and G-Men. Quarantine, round 1. Begins now.
It looks like our friends from across the pond will be starting out on Marsoc NightFiree. Spawn box timer has lifted, and our teams are on their way. Some smokes we can see coming out on the south side from G-Men, trying to get those men across the street, and decent smokes at that. A nice thick wall of smoke.
Yeah.
Solid smokes, man. I don't think you could have asked for better smokes in that position.
You really couldn't. That was a fantastic wall. They used all of that just to get Swooty across. They didn't send any additional defenders. They're just going to rely on Swooty to hold this far south side, and he's going to have to deal with one attacker on plane wing right away. I wonder if he'll be prepared for that really kind of quick and fast push to the plane wing.
Yeah, he's very much focused on that corner coming from gas station, so I'm not sure if he's going to be ready for it, but it doesn't look like Toxics is going to peek until his other teammates are in position. He's doing a really good job at not giving away his position just yet to any possible defenders, but Swooty is going to be looking for the angle, and no, Toxic's going to find him dirty and fast. I wonder if one of the other FOU members happened to see him prior to, because he popped out and took those shots very, very quickly.
Toxic was inching his way up there, and he just saw a fully exposed Swooty there. I don't think Swooty was ready at all for the plane wing attack, and a nice start for French Onward Union as they kick things off 5v4.
Yeah, the North American teams are gonna have to watch out, and there's a new kid on the block who's ready to show you that the EU side is here to play. I mean, before it was, you know, beginners boss fight and Lemon Squad really giving it to the NA guys, but now French Onward Union really showing their stuff here. Good suppressive fire for Bagul up on the rooftop. He's going to be trying to keep Zach Fontaine's head down, and of course using the perfect spot behind that radio tower, because everyone knows that bullets can't penetrate radio towers with holes in between it.
Obviously.
Meanwhile, also G-Man picking up Toxics on the backside from his spot at Pride Rock in the far east.
Crashed him out, putting some rounds into the tank courtyard, and French Onward Union evening things out into a 4v4. Zach Fontaine trying to turn it into a 4v3 as he goes for those shots on the roof, which are real risky right now as he's getting suppressed here.
Yeah, taking that peek when you're receiving LNG suppressive fire is not a smart move all the time. The man gonna find another pick onto Brasseur from his Pride Rock position. I believe that will shut down the south. And now it's pretty much just the two in the middle and the one in the north. Bagul. He's going to keep putting that suppressive LMG fire onto Zach Fontaine, which is probably his smartest move at this point.
Dr. Leo Marvin definitely going to be a major threat to French Onward Union once they finally commit to the push. I don't know if they have utility or frags. I highly doubt they suspect him right around that corner. Punisher's about to probably run into Leo here in a couple of minutes. Oh, Leo's getting antsy. He peeks and he actually catches Punisher out. Wow, I was not expecting that quick peek on the corner.
NightFiree, you'll have to pardon me for a second. I need to attend to some mod business, so if I'm not speaking, that's why.
Okay. Team kill coming out, unfortunately, there from Zach Fontaine onto Dr. Leo Marvin. He got a little confused with that smoke, and now Exodin can push up on the corner. I think they're going to try and pinch the objective here with Exodin. Whoever's over there on the north, it looks like Begul. Here comes the push. Minute left. Exodin inching his way up through the smoke. Zach Fontaine couldn't see Exodin here and does finally pick him up as he comes through the other end. Now in a 1v3, all comes down to Begul.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, NightFiree. Begul and Brass the Mouth going to find each other at the hotel, and Begul is able to take him down. Now he's got Zach Fontaine to worry about, but he's not going to make it into the door. And Zach Fontaine will secure the round for G-Men, taking it up 1-0 here on Quarantine.
Pretty solid back and forth. Nice early
Really was.
advantage for FOU, and we'll see if they can play a similarly strong defense. Give G-Men a run for their money here and tie things up 1-1. Man and Zach Fontaine, 2-0 apiece. Solid. They can remain unkilled.
Nope, that's gonna be
Well, it
far.
looks like they're going to get a little bit of the longer spawn, but
I'm gonna just go through Rebels.
honestly, it's the safer spawn for this objective, if you ask me. You know, that south spawn so exposed so early on in the round, whereas the north you can stay almost invisible until you want to be seen. You know, you could stay north of that north street, keep them from being able to do anything. Some suppressive fire already coming out from FOU from the member there in the hotel area, but all four members that went south from G-Men are able to make it across, and they're continuing with their push now. FOU does successfully put one man down south, so that will help them in case the G-Men tried to take that route, but they only had to use one smoke to do it, so it makes you wonder if G-Men utilized too much utility the last time just to get their one man across.
It's definitely a sort of risk assessment scenario, because you can't have a spawn there where you can immediately get a line of sight onto that street. And if you don't smoke it effectively, yeah, you're going to be an easy pick, but at the same time, you can gamble that they don't get that spawn and only invest one or two smokes.
Mm-hmm. Well, FOU definitely playing the objective a lot safer. They've got a three-man defense directly on top of the objective. They are obviously trying to avoid G-Men getting any sort of caps here. But G-Men are the team that are going to be able to do it. This coordination from G-Men very much rivals that of FOU right now. Both teams very good at locking it in and being together. And then, of course, we saw that beautiful coordinated push that they had in order to get that cap back onto Ember and Downfall earlier. So it's definitely not something you can chalk up. You know, you can't chalk them out just yet, NightFiree, because they definitely pull out some interesting stuff. And G-Men are definitely pretty good about converting on Marsok as well.
They are beginning their cross middle street. Leo Marvin hand holding that smoke so they can ensures that they are covered as he crosses, and they're safely into the courtyard. No rooftop defense, no early pushing. As you mentioned earlier, they're pretty much tucked in, and the only real forward position is Bagul in the south.
Ou pas, je suis pas sûr.
And he might actually be rendered pretty useless here very shortly because the G-Men are not really looking to push that south very hard up. And I actually have to eat those words as the man is going to be taking a shot at cracking this corner and checking these hillsides.
I think you're right, though. I think they're going to opt to rotate and not use that south side. And it's very easy to do. You just use these walls here and push up right where Zach Fontaine's moving right now. And you basically can get actually a pretty nice angle ultimately onto that south side if you can get into the right position. What Zach does.
Yeah, Bagul actually could find an angle onto Zach Fontaine's position if he breaches the crest of the ridgeline that he's at now. But otherwise, it also could be dangerous for the G-Men as Bagul could actually flank around behind them and start to come in and do some damage from the back. Now we're seeing Zach Fontaine. He's clipping through the wall here. Bagul's going to find Brass the Mouth, but Zach Fontaine will be ready for an immediate refrag.
Right.
And Brass the Mouth will actually be resable here, and it looks like Dr. Leo Marvin is going to go for the res. A smart play from them.
They have good
And here we go. This could be the push for G-Men. Brass the Mouth pushing his way up. He is not scared. He's going straight in. Exodus has definitely seen him, Brass the Mouth. Will he be ready for the push? No, he's going to go for the double tap on the Brass. He does find the trade on Exodus. Berserker finds Dr. Leo Marvin. Now Swooty's putting some suppressive fire in from the concrete trucks. Not aware that Punisher is there in that hotel as well. The man needs to get up off his belly now and come back up Zach Fontaine.
Ooh, Swooty with a pick. Bruiser putting some shots out. Toxic ultimately finding that one.
I told the man he needed to get up off his belly and back up Zach Fontaine, but he didn't listen. Swooty now going to find Berserker, and it's a 1v2, and as Toxic finds the man, it's all up. Goodness gracious, Toxic just clutching for FOU today. I'm going to rename him to FOU Clutch It. And it's now a 1v1 Swooty versus Toxic.
I wonder if Swooty has a potential to cap here. I don't think so, especially with Toxic peeking the two-story. Sees Swooty out in the open, and Mr. Clutch here for this French Onward Union ties it up 1-1.
Man, that guy is on fire today. Let's see how he's doing in this map so far. He's already got 4 kills on the map so far, out-killing everyone on either team, actually. The G-Men, though, doing a better job of spreading their teamwork and their kills up, as almost everyone except for the Doctor himself, Leo Marvin, not able to pick up that second kill, but he was able to get a revive, so I'll give him that. He does even out the teamwork ability between the teams.
Shaping up to be a pretty solid series, though. Next objective, going to be far north. Interesting spawn and attack opportunities available here.
That's right, Nightfire. And another great thing that I love about this is we're getting kind of a recurring theme of very coordinated objective, necessity, right? Like the Far East objective, probably one of the more difficult objectives to attack. Also, this north one, because it's so kind of open, there's not a whole lot of cover as you approach, is also a very difficult one to attack. So that coordination, that team cohesion, very, very important here on this. But G-Men pretty good, if I remember correctly, throughout the regular season. They've been pretty good about their defense on this objective. I don't think that they usually have too much trouble being able to hold this one.
Putting a little friendly flare out there, and looking for this spawn. Should see those smokes. Zach Fontaine also keyed in.
Well, the smokes will help them cross if they want to, but it's looking like they're actually going to keep moving straight up the center. Exodin's going to find Swooty early on, and that's going to be very helpful to FOU. And they could be making me eat my words here.
Swooty definitely a strong performer today for G-Men, so having him go down early is rough. Zach Fontaine does have his eyes trained in on the 3 that did take burning, so he's looking for any pick he can find here. He did take some shots earlier as well, so they may know he's at this white car. He does find one, though, and Toxic with a real interesting prone angle trying to get the refrag, couldn't find it.
One's tank courtyard.
Rastamouth and Bagul exchanging some fire. Bagul's gonna push. Brass is not gonna see this. Bagul's gonna be able to get pretty danger close to a couple of defenders here.
Et c'est là.
Yeah, the FOU team doing a great job here on a coordinated push. You don't really see, you know, too many players out. They've got a nice boxed squad moving in. They're able to cover both the east and the west flanks, as well as cover forward and even aft. So this is a good-looking push right now from FOU. Let's just see if they're able to capitalize on it. Rastamouth from the rooftop is going to find exit in, and that'll shut down the eastern portion of the push here. Now Bagul left all on his own, and a beautiful frag comes in from the man, but it's just going to be on the wrong side of the APC, and Bagul is going to be able to escape with his life, but only for too short of out of time, as Rastamouth does make connection and officially shut down the rest of the eastern push.
Toxic still in the burning building trying to find shots over onto that white car defender. And now it's only 2 left alive for FOU.
Yep, Rastamouth going to be checking the wing for Brazier, and that's exactly what he should be doing. As Brazier's trying to use the wing to catch the rooftop, but no! Brazier will find the headshot onto Rastamouth, and things will turn the tables. French Onward Union still in this thing.
That res too, because if they could go around and pick that up, turn it into a 3v3, that'd be great. I think Swooty has the man has a great line of sight on that res though.
He does, and I'm actually not sure why Rastamouth didn't go ahead and just put a couple of double taps in when he finished him off earlier. It seems like something that we wouldn't expect from a top tier team roster member like Rastamouth. I feel like he should have known to just make sure, you know.
Like Bruiser maybe dropping back. These guys are going to take a little time. They have a lot of it. 2.5, no more than that. Almost 3 minutes available. Toxic on the far west side of the map's going to look for this little peek over this hill and see if he can find anything.
Yeah, no members of G-Men are going to be on the roof, so won't really prove very fruitful, but since nobody's going to be able to see him, he will at least be able to continue his push. Seems like Brazier sees the line of sight onto the man, and the man's going to go ahead and take a prone position, but he will be ready to ambush them if they push out too far. Brazier trying to avoid using his own needle. So you want to be revived, we're going to use your utility, not mine. Pretty common theme, though, I'd say. These days, isn't it?
Yeah, you go down, your own syringe gets used. It's tough luck, you know?
Tough luck, yeah. It's tough breaks out there in them streets, NightFiree. Streets of quarantine.
Well, you tied it up 3-3, though. Man, in a pretty aggressive position. Vulnerable to pick if he decides to get a little over-aggressive on the corners.
All right, FOU doing a good job of keeping their line solid. Even with Toxic's way over there in the west, he is almost in complete unison with the other members of his team. Like, I'm looking across the map. There's the man. He's going to find Bagul, but Brazier's right there. He should be able to find the man in return. He does. And that'll even things back out once again. These two teams just throwing punches, exchanging blows here on the map. But what I was trying to say was the team was so well, coordinated across the map. They were almost in a straight line from east to west as they made the push. Now it's Zach Fontaine and Toxic. They're going to trade with 2 headshots. And it's a 1v1, and just keep, like we said, just keep trading those blows. It's like Apollo versus Rocky. Apollo Creed versus Rocky. Rocky movies at this point.
Definitely a battle. Leo Marvin's got a great angle, though, here, and he does. What's he doing? He's going to detonate C4. That doesn't catch him. Instead, he goes for the clean rifle shot, and the C4 was just a bit I think it was placed on the roof instead. I think if it was on the side, it would have caught him out. But either way, G-Men hang on to their Volk round and take the lead 2-1.
I don't know. We got to see somebody convert here, NightFiree, because right now it's looking like it's going to be defensive round trades all the way through to the end. In which case, the G-Men would have the advantage, as they did start out on the Volk side, I believe.
I think you're right on that. Haven't had any crazy math to do, so.
Nope, not this time around.
But yeah,
I gotta admit that C4 that Brasted Mouth set off caught me off guard, so I actually jumped a little bit in my chair. So it's a good thing I'm not the one running cameras for the folks at home, because that would have been one jerky little interaction.
like a jump scare in a video game.
Exactly, exactly.
Cold as steel over here.
He's as cold as ice.
Cold as
One of these days.
Cold as steel, and how about that? I'm hard as ice.
I'm as hot as ice. One of these days, we'll do an Onward karaoke stream live from someplace in some part of the world where we've got a big portion of the community together and just stream all night long, us having some drinks and getting down on the old karaoke machine.
Fully functioning AC systems with no furniture. Very strange motel.
Oh. I was like, what are you talking? I'm like, what are you reading? Are you looking for new apartments online or something while we're waiting?
I'm looking for new apartments in quarantine, dude. Trying to find a good spot.
I heard you can get a pretty good deal on this hotel, though. And they're having some trouble with occupancy right now. I mean, they even had somebody abandon their car. They even left the door open like a bunch of jerks.
Burning building is really nice. Plenty of window space.
Yeah, a lot of windows, but you will have to deal with that constant campfire smell, so it could always give you a headache. Oh. So much property on fire. I mean, you could really get some property for a steal in this area right now, NightFiree. Beachfront property in Idaho.
In this small oasis town in the middle of the desert.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out where it is exactly, because I'm looking at the street signs. It's saying west of Vegas and west. I mean, yeah, I guess you would want to go west if you got on a western highway. And then Salt Lake City. So it's got to be somewhere between Vegas and Salt Lake. Maybe Phoenix? No, that's the wrong way. No, it's not.
In California, that's all you need to know.
Okay, then. I don't know many places in California that look like this, though, NightFiree.
I don't either.
I'm like, even LA is technically in the middle of a desert, but it doesn't look like this. Anyways, who cares? Wondering what's going on. Did we lose a player somewhere? No?
I'm kind of curious as well. It's a pretty long round time. Very curious.
I'm sending a message to let them know these rounds need to keep going. There is an auto timer for a reason. If a timeout needs to be called, at least let us know, so that we're aware and can tell the folks at home.
Yeah. There are timeouts. Challenger Cup format.
I mean, I would say that we would prefer them not to be used, but, we are a team in a league that is for the players, by the players, so we do try and accommodate if we can, as long as it doesn't hold things up too much. But This is a little unorthodox here. We should have been seeing this next round kick off, so hopefully I am seeing them responding. Okay, it looks like there is an issue with a controller on the side of French Onward Union at the moment, so they are working that out. That must be why things are taking so long.
No problem. We'll patiently await the round to start.
Okay. I really hope you muted the output on your mic. So while we wait on these couple of guys to figure out what's going on with their controller issues, we will kind of wait it out and continue taking on the beautiful scenery that is Quarantine. All right, and it does look like we'll be getting into our next round here. Looks like FOU has been able to rectify their issues and are back in the game ready to go. So they'll be on the defense as the G-Men get a very quick southwestern spawn for this north objective.
Yeah, they can do all sorts of interesting maneuvers from here. They can fast push up along the west. Sweetie just dropped a smoke. I wonder if he's aware of that. Yes, he is. He has to drop back and pick it up.
Smart play. G-Men also using the smokes to get across the street as FOU did earlier. However, it will give away their spawn, so FOU should be reacting accordingly. Zach Fontaine will find a nice pick, long-range angle as well from one of the western towers.
Meanwhile, the man, breast to mouth, pushing up along the west side. Bagul's over here peeking. I don't think he can see Brass through the pines. Through the palms.
I'm like, you live in California, you know those aren't pine trees.
I don't know. What are trees, man?
The man just peeking just the top of his helmet over that western plane wing, but luckily for him, Bagul not able to spot it.
Bagul is cautious of this approach, though. He knows, he heard those shots, and I think he's definitely wary of this spawn. And seeing that frag air burst out, he's got to know that somebody's kind of pushed up here.
And another frag explodes on the rooftop. Luckily for French Onward Union, they didn't actually put anyone up there. Now that grenade will go off. I'm not sure if the C4 set off the grenade or if the C4 was set off by someone else. But the C4 will be gone. No more use to anyone. And the man and Brass to Mouth are making some headway here in the west. He should be able to see the man this time around. Or maybe not, actually. Yeah, the palm tree is going to be blocking out again. Never mind. It's Palm Sunday, said Bagul, and he finds the man. He's also, I believe he did see Brass to Mouth as well. It seems like he was engaging him. Now it appears maybe a call-out coming out from Bagul. Yes, here comes Brass to Mouth with the pop-up. He does find Bagul, and it's an instant, so no revive available there in the west.
I believe it's now a 4v3.
It's a, yes, 4v3,
yeah, the
yes.
UI at the top is a little bit bugged. I think one disconnected and then reconnected after he got killed, so.
Correct, yes.
Don't be fooled. G-Men with the advantage here on Marsoc. They're starting to close in on the objective.
Yes, they are, but the FOU defense is still fairly strong for this objective. They have folks close enough to be able to react and rotate in order to help stop or even slow down a cap attempt here from G-Men, but it is looking pretty good for them so far. G-Men making some great headway here. Their push is very coordinated. All of their members pretty well in line and in time. So once the call comes out, I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of smokes coming in, maybe a couple of frags to clear the red roofs, and then we'll see probably a push from G-Men. And they're probably going to hope, yep, there goes Captain Punisher. Swooty going to pick that one up. Exodin and Brazier are going to be the last two members of FOU, and if they pick up Exodin, Brazier may be too far away. The G-Men might be able to get in there and squeeze out a cap.
Ooh, but he did catch Leo trying to flank around there, so if staying there does pay off. Swooty nearly goes down to some shots and a nade, and now Swooty has to be concerned about the flank. If Brazier pushes forward with this, he's going to have a great angle onto the back of Swooty.
Swooty in a tough spot here. He's kind of caught right in the middle between both Brazier and Exodin. Brastamouth and, Zach Fontaine is crawling up with pad out already. He's a little bit far away, but...
Ooh, he's going to get the code. G-Men could take this map right now. 4-1. Suppressive
they just
shots.
have to keep them pressed.
Yeah, there they are. They're coming out. And yeah, Brazier, as long as he doesn't kill... Or get killed, rather. Yes, he picks up Swooty, and now Zach Fontaine here can punch in the code completely undetected. And G-Men are going to take the map.
This is absolutely what they want. Now Brastamouth has got to reserve himself. Oh yeah, he's throwing the smoke. They're actually playing it out. Now he's got to be careful. Do not kill him, Brastamouth. You do not want to do this. You want to make sure that you guys can seal this map because and that's what they do. Zach Fontaine able to get the code in, and G-Men pull an upset here, and they should be moving into first place with that 4-1 win over French Onward Union.
Really close there for G-Men. They almost just got the 1 point, you know. There's a lot of shots from Brass, and the call out that he's capping, I think, just kind of held up Brass there, and he stopped trying to land those shots. And G-Men, yeah, they take the map, and that's 3-0 for them in Group B.
Yes, it is. That is correct. Actually, I wanted to make sure that it was because I couldn't remember their second round and if they had won or not. But yes, you are correct. That will put G-Men up to 3-0, and they will be the only team to be undefeated yet in this series. French Onward Union will take their first loss here, which will keep them should keep them in second place, depending on how the other maps turn out. Though I think they do have a high enough points difference to kind of keep them settled pretty securely in second place through these next two rounds.
We'll keep the scoreboard updated here as the scores get reported, but round 4 should be interesting. I don't know who is really left that can give G-Men a run for them money, and they beat Ember, they beat Animal House, and now they've beat French Onward Union. It's looking pretty good for G-Men right now.
Yeah, it is. It is looking good for G-Men. They are securing their way to a possible second chance at qualifying for the VR League. They've already qualified through the Cup 2 in the ESL's VR League to be able to play in the closed offline qualifier later on this month for ESL. And then right now they're on their way to securing a spot into round robin A and B in order to push their way through into possibly qualifying through the VRML as well, which is always nice to have that fallback in case something happens in one of the two. So
a lot of competition.
Bravo to them. Yeah. And I think now, everyone's going to give me crap because now everybody who bandwagoned on G-Men are going to be like, oh, well, see, G-Men are the guys. But I'm not giving up on French Onward Union. There's still 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Anything could happen.
Yeah, they are 2-1.
They could upset G-Men, and that could be the end of their lead.
Very true. We'll have to see what happens. I think we'll cut to a brief break here as we hash out where the action's going to be spread, but don't go anywhere. There's more Onward to be had today. 2 more rounds of Group B coming up hot. Welcome back, everybody. It's me, NightFiree, with my co-caster Sleepy with 2 3s, and we are delivering more Group B Challenger Cup action. Right now we have round 4, and it is going to be Animal House versus French Onward Union. You saw the rankings. G-Men are at the top. They'll be facing off against Bro on Master League 2. Recommend you go over there and check that out. We'll see how FOU deals against another NA squad, Animal House. Hopefully they'll fare a bit better than they did against G-Men.
Yeah, well, Animal House, definitely a different play style from G-Men. So I think FOU probably. Well, you know, I can't say. I think G-Men play the most like a European team in the teams that we have here today. So I think that was probably French Onward Union kind of being a little relaxed in a sense. You know, they're playing a team that plays in a style similar to how the other EU teams play. So I'm sure they felt right at home, with the exception of when that cap came out. G-Men's coordination just a little too much for French Onward Union there. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I'm still not counting French Onward Union out. A lot of things could happen here. G-Men could still take a tumble from one of these other teams, and it could cost them the lead that they have now taken over FOU. FOU, though, still doing me proud, even if they do come in second. But again, we're not counting anyone out just yet. I think French Onward Union and G-Men still have their work cut out for them in these last 2 rounds before we know exactly who's going to take things home.
Absolutely, and we'll see how Animal House deals with the pretty solidly performing EU FOU as we hop into round number, well, the only round 4, I suppose, of Group B, as Animal House take the offense.
I can see it now. All right, I am your caster, and I do not like Animal House.
Steven is spot on. I am your caster, and I do not like Animal House. And here we go. I'm just kidding. They're an excellent team. They're just a rowdy bunch. They do love Onward. Steven has pushed up here pretty forward. He's looking through the shrubs to see if he can spot any defenders. I think he should hear Bruiser now up in the 2-story, and he's keyed in on that window.
He's keyed in, but Bruiser's keyed in on him as well. He's putting some suppressive shots, or was that Steven?
That was Steve. That was actually Silent Night putting rounds through the bushes.
And this is weird. We're seeing it again here from FOU, a very far back defense. Like, they really don't like to put people near the objective, do they? I mean, granted, there's not, you know, Toxic and Exodent are not really that far away, but Berserk going to find one on Green Theft Auto as he pushes out from lane 1.
Ooh, and I think Animal House also had a disconnect. It looks like Steven's dropped. So now they're into a 3v5.
Well, that's very unfortunate for Animal House, especially if it happens after that time allowance where you're able to reset the round. But Animal House will still play it through. I don't think they'll take it too hard.
No, they're not going to let anything slow them up. Punisher finds Hex through the wood, through that wall there. Now Lipinski.
Cool finds Silent Night. He pushes up the stairs, and Lipinski's doing everything he can to save the round, but unfortunately Toxic finds Lipinski there on lane 4, and that'll end the round. French Onward Union take it, but you know, I don't want to give that one to them completely, as Animal House did lose a guy there right in the middle of the round.
Yeah, it's definitely not what you the least optimal scenario there, especially because his position was pretty solid. He had pretty good lines of sight onto a couple of spots through that bush, but we'll see if they can rally back, get him back into the lobby, and try and take their own defensive round, since that's where they'll be headed next. If you are just tuning in, we've played 3 maps already of Group B. This is the Group B Challenger Cup tournament, so whoever wins this will be facing off against our Group A winner, who is Legionnaires, and the winner of that battle will be headed over to the round robin stage of the VR Master League Championship. They'll be facing off against some seriously high-ranking teams for a chance at taking the entire thing as the #1 team in VRML and heading over to the VR League's LAN qualifier. Sorry, the VR League's LAN finals, which will be a lot of fun to be tuning into, and I'm looking forward to seeing how I'm looking forward to seeing what teams end up there.
I do too, and you know, we've had a bit of a repetitious selection of teams these last few times. I mean, we did have some shakeups. We had Lemon Squad and G-Men going to the last Leicester event, and then of course you had SMC, Boss Fight, Beginners, and Globo, who are at OC5. So a pretty good, very diversified showing there as well. But yeah, I would like to see somebody pull an upset on either our side or in the VR league. We already have seen some folks qualify through the VRL side, through the ESL side, that are ranked a little bit lower in the VRML side. So obviously the difference in the game type, whereas ESL having the shorter round times, the shorter number of points required to win a map, and also playing in this format that we're seeing here of single map rounds versus each team before you rotate to a different team. Obviously that format seems to be better for some teams, whereas others still prefer the VR format. But here in the championship, anything is game and anything goes. Well, not anything. We still don't allow cheating, but you get the drift, and we definitely want to see a nice variety of our teams have the opportunity to be able to travel for these LAN events and be able to compete for these cash prizes and whatnot.
Yes, indeed. But there's a lot of Onward action to be had until that happens, so we'll keep delivering it to you on all 3 channels if need be. Probably won't have to do that for the upcoming round robin or any of the future content we have, but always nice to have all 3 channels live like we do today.
Yeah, that's the one thing I love about the championship times, NightFiree, is especially now that we have enough people to run the channels, the only thing is we just need one more. We just need someone to be able to help support Trip over there on Onward Master League, on Onward Master League 3, but hopefully that'll change. We do have availability and caster applications open on the VRML website, so you can always go and apply there. We have had a few come in, but we are waiting for some demo reels, basically, so we can see what we're working with. And but yeah, we hope that we get some more interest in the casting so that we can get some more coverage on the EU and the East Coast times when they play throughout the week.
Green Theft advancing up pretty early here. He's going to be looking for Toxic on the corner, and he should find him if Toxic's not careful.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a nade here. Yep, and there's the pin on the nade, the count for the cook. Will it be good enough, though?
Ooh, it is not. And no, it does actually catch him down, and a follow-up nade confirms him. Lipinski.
Lipinski going to also pick up Brisser as well. Said his name about 6 different ways today. So that's going to be 2 down for French Onward Union already. Animal House down just the 1. The pick from Toxics onto Green Theft Auto going to have opened up a little bit. But, yeah, French Onward Union on the back foot a little bit here as they're sitting almost back in their spawn.
Yeah, you look at Captain Punisher. He's waiting for this flank to come out from this side. I think he should be spotting at any minute. But that's what he's waiting for, and it's sort of held up the entire French Onward Union offense. They're all posted up on this side now, a little bit nervous to push forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's not often that you don't typically go into a round anticipating that a minute and 30 seconds in, you're already going to be down to the last, 60% of your team.
Do some quick math right there, huh?
Well, math was my best subject, NightFiree.
Bagul, the most forward advanced FOU attacker. He's in the playground, and he may run into box toys pretty soon here if he's not careful about how he crosses through here. Got to use these sandbags for cover and play this one a bit safer than you normally would just because you're down 2. I also don't think he has any nades, so I don't think he can go for that nade up over the roof and dribble it down onto box toys either.
There's some strong smokes coming in from lane 3. The second one there, the green one, not as much, but still effective, I guess, in trying to help block out against box toys. But I'm not sure if this is a feint attempt or if this is them actually going to be pushing up. But
whoa,
a ghoul going to trade with box toys. Box toys still up, able to be revived. I think Exodin might have heard it. However, he should be coming to get the double tap. But a frag going to come over. No, a flash from F. Lipinski, but I believe that's going to be too high and too far to really catch anyone. Punisher going to hear the suppressive shots coming through, and he'll be looking for Lipinski on the other side of the bushes here, but I believe he's not going to quite see it.
Lipinski getting aggressive on the rotations, just flying around this Captain Punisher. Exodin Also getting into a bit of a firefight there, and it is a 2v3 now for French Onward Union.
Lipinski with that Val, he has just been dangerous this round. He's already grabbed, I think, 2 for Animal House, if not more. And that gun, just that high rate of fire and the built-in suppressor already.
His location did get identified, so I think he's going to have to drop back. He has 220 left, and that's exactly what he does. He falls all the way back to their spawn street and rotates around to the other side.
I can't believe Silent Knight isn't picking up Box Toys at this point.
Yeah.
Box Toys, he's been down for quite a while. It won't be too much longer before he actually bleeds out, and there won't be any option to, but Silent Knight's definitely got the time window right now in order to do it, and it does look like almost as if he can hear me. You better not be listening to me, Silent Knight. Let me tell you what. Though you can't because we're on delay. But yeah, he does get Box Toys up, and that'll put it back into a 1v3. But you know what? We watched FOU come back in a 1v5 situation earlier, so I'm not counting them out just yet. Though it was Toxics and not Punisher that was able to pull that 1v5 ace in the in our second round cargo.
Ooh, Silent capping out Punisher just over the top of the tank, and Animal House getting on the board, keeping things tied 1-1.
Yeah, it appears, according to the chat, it looks like Steven's been having some issues staying connected in this tournament, so I think that's why we'll see him sitting out this round. I was wondering why I didn't see him or Will-O-The-Wisp actually on their roster today. 2 very strong members of Animal House not available, it seems, or Steven just having some connection issues. I'm not too sure. But either way, we've got a good match going so far. FOU and Animal House going 1-1.
Animal House definitely a great answer back after getting beat there by FOU, and that's to start off the map. And now they're going on the offensive again in that center building. I wonder if like a really hard fast play here would catch FOU off guard.
I am going to say yes.
I do agree with that, and I wonder if Animal House will opt in for that strategy. They are capable of fast playing this objective. I've seen them run 2 shields before pushing in here, and curious to see how they will go about attacking center house. We dive into round 3 of round 4 of Group B.
Jump into round 3 of round 4 of round Charlie.
Yeah, dude, they're just like appearing out of thin air.
Also, while we have a quick moment for the action kicks off here on the map, I'd like to thank everyone who's out there, who's been dropping those biddies, putting in those subscriptions with your Twitch Prime or just with your own monies. We do appreciate that, of course. We wouldn't do this stuff without you guys there. So thank you very much. And, of course, thank you for tuning in with us. If you're just joining us, we're into round 4 of round 5 rounds in the Onward Challenger Cup, Group B. The winner from this today will face the winner from yesterday's Group A in order to give us a Challenger Cup winner. They will then receive some gift card prizes as winners of the Challenger Cup, but also qualify to go into the group stages, the round robin Group A and Group B next weekend, which will then feed into the semis and then into the finals in the following 2 weeks, in which case the finalist will then become qualified for the VR League with ESL and Oculus to go to a finals LAN event over in Leicester, United Kingdom. Nice smoke out from Silent Knight. A lot of smokes coming in now. They're out in front of the house.
Bagul tosses a nade, nearly gets shot, and then the nade finishes off the one he was shooting. Actually, it took down Silent.
Silent as well, yep.
So he got a little 2 for 1 there, and Bagul's going to get out and get a bit more aggressive, pushing over to Green Theft's position. As Green Theft botches a smoke against the grass, and now he can't relocate it. He has to move. His position Kind of thrown away there. Lipinski with catches Bagul, getting over aggressive, and Greentheft's pushing inside the house.
He's made it upstairs. He's cleared out Exodus, and FOU's not responding. This could be a cap. No, he does hear Berserk coming out. Punisher's still in there. He's taking some suppressive fire, but he's on the objective. He's going for it.
No.
And no, Punisher going to shut that down real quick. But a nice play from Green Theft overall. He does thin the herd inside the house, and now if they're able to get out the last remaining member of FOU from inside, Toxic is just too far away. If he doesn't catch him going up the stairs, they're done for.
Animal House getting a revive, so it's now a 3v2. Pinsky and Silent Knight being brought back up, so we'll see if they can catch Punisher out here. If they send 2 up those stairs, there's a real chance that one of them will survive and be able to punch in the code. Box Toys going down to Toxic is not ideal. It does put it all on the shoulders of Lipinski and Silent. Silent pillaging his dead teammate here. Tossing out some smokes to block the vision of the defender across the street.
Now he's pillaging the enemies as well. He needs to put a smoke right there in those front windows. He's got to stop that vision on the steps, because if Toxic can see it, Toxic can shoot it. And Toxic's been doing a great job of shooting today.
He's been on point.
Well, Silent's going to pick up an enemy weapon instead. Smart choice, and if the defense didn't know that there were only 2 of them left and know where each other were. Lipinski gonna try and keep Toxic a little occupied. Silent's gonna push up the stairs, and it's gonna be too little too late as he does get taken down by Toxic. A frag gonna come out from F. Lipinski, but no joy on that. He's gonna be all by himself here. It's gonna be all up to skill and how he manages to clear these rooms and corners as he approaches the objective. 2 minutes left on the clock. He's got plenty of time, NightFiree.
He does indeed. He can make it work. It's going to be tough for him to get up those stairs. As you saw, he'll get picked off by Toxic, who has a good line of sight onto those stairs. And then if he does get up them, he's got to deal with the prone defender, Captain Punisher. So I think Lipinski does have to go for the kills here. He's got to take that defender across the street and then make his way up the stairs. That's step 1. Toxic goes down, and now Lipinski has to crash up here with a minute 30. He can take his time, or he can go up fast and hard. I think maybe he was trying
That was an interesting move.
Yeah, I think he was trying to bait out shots, bait the sound out from coming up, seeing if anybody was going to free fire, and he'd actually shoot under the...
Oh!
Wow, he was going for shots under the objective, but instead went for the peak and manages to catch out the final defender, and Animal House take a Marsoc round and the lead 2-1.
I'm really glad the overlay was up over what was going on there at the end of that round. I don't know if you noticed that.
No.
It's probably for the best. F. Lipinski getting a little gratuitous with his excitement there at the end of the round.
That'll happen, you know.
It will. The energy is high here. The emotions, the energy, the smack talking is all very much on point today. Animal House, though, they're coming alive here against French Onward Union. They've had a bit of a rough day, according to the scoreboards. But yeah, they're doing well here against FOU. I'm wondering if that loss from G-Men in the last round from FOU is put them in a tilt. You know,
yeah.
It's got them off balance, or if this maybe just isn't their map. And I mean, I know Animal House is strong on Suburbia, so I will not discount them. Oh no, and I do see from the chat that it looks like Willow's at the hospital for the day, so I hope he's feeling well, and if he's there for somebody else, I hope that they're feeling well soon. So everybody make sure and send Willow a message, make sure you let him know that you're thinking of him. But that does answer one question as to why they are playing without him today. That's unfortunate, but you know, that's why we have rosters of 8 members, and you know, I think all the rest of the members of Animal House are registered killers too, so nothing to say that missing Willow would stop the entire team.
Absolutely. We'll see how FOU go on the offensive now. They have to answer back and find a cap or a map point of their own here on Marsoc. It's going to be a tall order. It is that center objective again. See if they play it fast or take their time.
Well, the initial movement is definitely fast, that's for sure. They've already put Berserker up in the center. But Animal House, I have a feeling they're going to get aggressive. Yeah, here comes F. Lipinski. He's already spotted out Berserker, but he's not going to be able to make the connections. He's making the call out. I'm going to assume a grenade's going to be coming very shortly here from F. Lipinski. Yep, and there it is. Berserker's prepping a grenade as well. Ooh, he's saved. Saved by the concrete barriers, and then no! Green Theft's grenade was going to take down F. Lipinski. That is an unfortunate beginning to the round for Animal House.
Green Theft does catch one. Bagul now keyed into Green Theft's position. Shots ringing out in the center as well. Bruiser pumping some rounds. And Bagul does find Green Theft. Now it's a 4v3 for FOU.
Pace slowed down just a bit for FOU. They started out with a strong push, but I think that was just in order for them not to give up too much ground to that aggressive defense as we saw. But now it's just the last three members of Animal House kind of boxed in on the objective. No pun intended, no box toys there on the objective.
Oh, almost some team fire coming out here between Bruiser and Bagul. It does give Bruiser's position away, and Silent nearly catches him out, but he was staying low enough to the ground where those shots zinged over his head.
Smoke's coming in from off lane 4. Those are good to block the porch. At least mostly, anyways.
Yeah, Bagul might find the backside of a couple defenders here. He's managed to get behind the tank. He's going to go to spawn building, and he just still doesn't see those defenders. They have their backs completely to him right now.
Well, that's all right. He'll actually be in a better position once he gets over to this side of the building anyways. He's going to have a better sight line onto both of those defenders. He's going to be able to catch Wicked Hex out completely out in the open, but he doesn't see him.
Oh, Wicked finds Bruiser, too, before he goes down, and then Silent immediately picking up Bagul, and now it's a 2v2.
Yeah, very fortunate there. I think Berserker could have definitely, or Bagul could have definitely taken that shots onto Hex earlier. Silent and Punisher, though, they're going to trade inside the house. Now it's all up to Box Toys. It's a 1v1 again. Just trading blows, similar to how we saw in that G-Men round, where they just kept exchanging kill for kill, trade for trade. Except Animal House looking pretty good here. 3 minutes left for the member of French Onward Union to be able to make some kind of push here, make something happen. They do need to keep these points close. Some more points you do not give away, the better for those tiebreaker situations.
Just a hush before the action here as Toxic slowly inches his way up. He has so much time, too, that he can pretty much crouch walk all the way up to these stairs where Box Toys should stay dialed in for the remainder of 2 minutes.
You got that right. Box Toys just needs to just hold up. Don't make any dumb moves. Don't make any stupid calls, you know. Stay low. Stay under those windows. Do not expose yourself because they have to come to you. The only way they can cap from below you is to be on the stairs, and even still, that's a tough order anymore. Box Toys has this one wrapped up in a box if he just plays it smart.
Meanwhile, Toxic inching his way around APC, taking his time, has 1 minute and 20.
I felt like I was watching the start of a Lonely Viper video. Meanwhile, always blows my speakers out on my phone when I'm watching his videos, and then that part comes on. Toxics, as we've officially dubbed him today, FOU Clutch It, is prepared and is moving up, trying to get that kill onto the last remaining member of Animal House, Box Toys. My question is, what is Toxics doing? Is he going to try and get upstairs, maybe on the second floor of the Volkspawn house to try and get the
I
angle?
don't know. He's got 35 seconds left. I don't know why he's over here doing this. I think he's lost track of his time, surprisingly, because he doesn't have the time for this.
Sure, you're right about that, NightFiree. I think he might realize that now, because here comes the push onto the objective. Box Toys is going to be waiting, but if Box Toys is too anxious in his waiting, Toxics might run in here and actually finish this off. Ooh, Toxic, here he comes. Toxic's in there. Will he see him? He does get him, and FOU Clutch It takes another round for his team and saves them, bringing it up 2-2 on map number 4. I forgot this wasn't a regular series.
Yep. It's all right. It's hard to keep it all straight. There's a lot of Onward action that we cast, and it's all featured here on this channel. So if you want more of it, hit that follow button, and you will get more of it. This is a great battle right now, 2-2. You know, depending on how that G-Men round goes, the winner of this has a chance at taking the Group B stage. I think we have those scores in quite yet, so see how they fare against Big Red One, but
no, but I do wish I was able to watch Onward Master League 2, because apparently there was a little repeat of casters losing their damn minds on the stream. Apparently Buxton and Noman unable to control themselves, breaking out into a fit of laughter, or so I'm told.
very good.
Buxton's just an old giggly puss here lately. I like it, though. I like hearing him happy. I love having him here casting with us, as he wasn't able to make it with us yesterday. But the man is tired. He does a lot for us, both in Onward VRML and for V-Respawn.
Look at Hex, Boss Toys, and Lipinski. Fortunate enough that no LMG pre-fire came through that wall. Very typical strategy to kind of dump rounds and force the initial spawn point to get down into cover, but they're up here quick and fast, and Wicked Hex is in a position where he can be smoking out objective and putting nades onto some defensive positions. Green Theft on the other side of the map on the west, trying to look through these shrubs to see if he can find any defenders out here. Trying to find any early pick through the bushes. Ooh, and he gets a little antsy, and Toxic was doing the exact same thing. He was staring at those bushes, waiting to see if anybody was going to push in there. Toxic, Mr. Clutch finds another onto Wicked Hex as he goes for the cap. Makes 2, but they are both resable.
Yeah, Box Toy is seeing that, pulling his tablet. He does see that Wicked Hex is down. He should be able to finish that off, but a flashbang comes out. Luckily, will affect nobody. Maybe affected Exodent, actually. Might have been close enough to affect him, which would have been unfortunate. And Animal House going to just unfortunately run out of the smoke here that was placed. Wicked Hex actually had some good smoke to be able to try and even push that cap.
Silent Knight does get res, and he is keyed in onto Toxic's position. So if Toxic peeks up here again, it's going to be should be a different story for him, and Silent should be able to find this kill. So I do think Toxic is looking right now, and he catches Green Theft, and Silent just can't see him through the bushes.
I'm really confused as to why neither the two Animal House players on the side of the map are getting up Wicked Hex. He's not like completely irresistible. Either way, Silent Knight's going to go down to a frag from Toxics, Mr. Clutch It himself.
Doing work over there.
It looks like Lipinski will be rotating around to try and get that pick, or that res.
I think Box Toys is going to go for the res on the Wicked. It's just tough to get to Wicked because you have to cross that gap, which Captain Punisher has his eye on. And if you do get across, you're going to be taking shots through that wood wall. So
Yeah, but he was on the other side of the building just
Right,
a moment
yeah,
ago
true.
where he could have just walked up to him and cover, and I don't think Punisher would have had the angle on it, but it doesn't matter. Toxics will get the pick onto a headshot onto
Silent. And the nade. Oh no, from Bruiser catching out Box Toys. Sorry, I thought that was Toxics.
Nope. And that will basically ruin the chance of a res for Wicked Hex unless F. Lipinski is able to make his way in there, but it's going to be a tall order now. French Onward Union really waking up here on Suburbia. Their defense very tight, and Toxics just being the MVP again. He's got 7 kills already on the map.
Jeez Louise, he's really out there for blood. Lipinski could catch one here if he just puts some suppressive fire into that wood, where Captain Punisher is. Kind of the risk of being at that defensive position. You can see through the top of that wood, but you're also very vulnerable to being shot if anybody knows you're there.
F. Lipinski has his work cut out for him now. He's got the whole 5 roster of the FOU team. Berser going to take a quick peek and shot. Lipinski not quite able to lock into it yet. He is looking for it very vigilantly, though.
Check this clock. You know, he knows he has a minute 40 left.
Which, to be fair, is a lot of time for Suburbia. It is a small map, small changes between lanes, but he's going to have to do a lot of work in that short amount of time. Not so much the travel, it's the work he's going to have to put in to get to where he needs to go.
Decided to drop back and rotate around towards Toxics, who's been on fire in that defensive position. Maybe not the best choice, and we'll see if Lipinski can deal with Toxic, because the rest of his team couldn't. And he cannot. Toxic waiting there just over that little ledge, and FOU come out with all 5 alive on defense and take the lead 3-2.
Yeah, they also put it to map point. If they're able to convert here, if Toxics is able to continue just doing damage like he has been, we could be seeing the end of Animal House here on Suburbia.
FOU has been playing great today, and I think they're very capable of taking another Marsoc round here.
I completely agree with you there. I mean,
And if they don't, Animal House go on Marsoc for the final. Like, they'll be going into French Onward Union will be going into Volk for their final round.
yeah, they actually will have the opportunity, as long as they just keep Animal House from capping here, they will have the opportunity to even salvage the round if they don't win this next one on a defensive round, which will be good for them because their defense, admittedly, has been very solid.
Yeah.
And that's all day. I mean, on every map, their defense has been very solid, but I'm still baffled by their play back off the objective, kind of behind the objective. It's a very common theme in almost every map. They've played back like 4 members off away from the objective behind it. They're really always concerned about that wraparound flank, aren't they?
Yeah, they do not want to let that happen. They do want to not want to have one be behind them as they're trying to push and see if they kind of patiently attack this objective or if they try and come in hot out the gate. I think they're actually seems like they're stacking to do a west push, maybe a fast couple of smokes across the street.
Well, we didn't see it in the last round, but we're seeing it now. The Animal House is Silent Knight going to be laying down some suppressive fire through lane 3, but the FOU guys know better than that. They didn't go that way at all.
Silent Knight sees these smokes. He's rotating over here. They should hear these footsteps of him rotating into patio, and he's going to try and toss a nade, but I think that's going to go both. I think both those nades are a bit too far.
They're also smokes.
Oh, that's an interesting choice.
I mean, at least he's not throwing an unpinned grenade like we saw yesterday,
true.
right? That was too funny. I still want to know what happened with that. I want to know if that was intentional or if That was an accident. And FOU's got 2 stacked over here in lane 1 now at the Humvee, ready to push across. Lipinski does find Bagul. Berserk gonna get caught out with his pants down. Silent Knight getting that kill. Green Theft Auto picking up Captain Punisher already. And now French Onward Union going down. Silent Knight able to run right by Toxics.
Toxic's so keyed in, so tunnel vision, he doesn't even see Silent here. And Silent's now looking for this back of Exodus.
Yeah, and Exodus not gonna be prepared for this at all.
How can you?
Well, you really can't. And he does find the kill. He does find the confirm, and now it's all up. It's all up to Mr. Clutch It.
I mean,
it's time for a 1v4 ace.
He's in a spot where nobody knows where he's here because Silent already ran past him. So Toxic does have some potential to find a kill or two here.
Well, not anymore. He could have definitely proned across the street right there. With Silent Knight not being there, I don't think anybody really would have had any great eye lines. F. Lipinski is up on one of the chairs on one of the porches at the Blue House, but I don't think it would have been enough. Now Silent Knight, here he comes. He's coming around behind Toxic, and Toxic has no idea. Here come the shots, and Silent Knight gonna take the round.
Dang it! I hate that. I do. I really do.
Celebratory trash talk, and Animal House tie things up 3-3. Now they have to win their Marsoc round. Where's the objective? Yeah, it's the same one.
Just down the street.
It's gonna be tough.
It is. These northern street objectives are not easy to attack. They're just so open. I mean, the one by the red car, a little bit. I don't know. I'd say that one's probably harder actually, considering they have the HESCO barriers here that they can tuck into for the cap on this side. They also have the car. There's a little bit more coverage on the way over to the objective, but I think the approach to the red car is easier, but it's much harder to actually get the cap because you're so exposed the entire time. The only way is if defenders on the opposite side of that red car while you're trying to get the cap out. But Animal House do pull it off. It's gone 3-3 now. We're into our last round for the decider, and that's always good to see.
Oh yeah, this has been a fantastic. We've had some really just excellent games on Master League 1 today. A lot of really good matchups in Group B. Curious to see how the rest of the casters have enjoyed their games as well, because I know there have been some fantastic battles, some good caps, and some really, I think there was a 3-0 comeback. So curious to hear their thoughts and opinions. We'll make sure we rope them in and maybe look over some clips at the end of today. Still got one more game after this.
That we do.
We're not quite done.
One more map.
We still have one more round here on this map, number 4. French Onward Union on the defensive now, trying to take second place after winning this, I would assume.
Well, as we said, French Onward Union was able to give up that round if necessary, as it should be easier for them to clench the map here on defense. This is typically an objective where the defense will come out on top, but there's a lot of playmakers on Animal House, and this fantastic grenade right here could be enough to take down Toxics, but no. Second one's going to come over. They're just too far away, and that'll be 2 wasted grenade utilities onto Toxics positions, which just won't pay off, unfortunately.
C4 not working on Lipinski and Wicked. Nades coming out and over, not quite landing. This one's looking good. Right onto Wicked, though. He goes down, and Toxic
He ran on top of that one.
Yeah, he did. Toxic also finding Silence, so 2-man swing for Animal House. And FOU looking like they're going to, well, they've already have the lead 5v3 in this final round. Scratch that, 5v4.
Oh, no. And then a nade going to team kill Bagul. From Toxics, that's not a good look. Toxics does see Boxtoys over here in the west in lane 1.
I don't know if
Boxtoys will.
I don't know if you noticed Toxic here. The reason he's so successful on this little berm and why he's not really getting shot at is because he's turning his gun so that sideways so he has more clearance, and he's barely peeking his head up over that little ledge. So
Yeah, and it almost matches those little loops that are in the top. So it's almost hard to tell. But Toxic, Mr. Clutch It, at it again. Going to pick up Lipinski in lane 3. Or lane 2, I'm sorry. Wow, Toxics and Lipinski both at 10 kills with a map.
Trying to carry their teams through the Suburbia map.
Yeah, Toxics, I mean, FOU really going to need this, though, as G-Men also did win their round versus, who did they play? Big Red 1 as well, so we'll start to make the difference here. G-Men will still be undefeated, so they should keep first place, but we'll have to see what happens after round 5.
Yep.
And hell, we don't even know. Animal House might still be able to bring this one back. I mean, it's a 2v4. It's pretty unlikely, considering the situation and the placement of the objective, but it's not impossible. And I definitely can't say that I'd put it against Animal House. They are a team that is pretty good at comebacks if you really look back at their history.
Just you got to kill Toxics because that guy somehow stays alive till the end, and if he's alive till the end, he's such a dangerous threat. I mean, maybe he's why FOU have been doing so well the last few. I don't know. He's been doing great today though, and he's definitely been a key player for FOU. Nade somewhat close to Green Theft. I think Brazier over here is going to be a serious threat. They have 220 left, so Green Theft and Box have some time to kind of think about this strategy of attack.
Oh, I think Green can see Toxic maybe. But I know Toxic should be able to see Green. Yeah, there come the shots. No, it looks like he might be shooting at Box Toys. He does get the trade-off. Barely. Toxic will go down, though, and that's good for Animal House. But no, Berserk gonna find Box Toys on lane 4, approaching the res, and FOU will take Suburbia 4-3.
Animal House just having a tough go here against FOU. I mean, they've definitely put up a great fight. Maybe if they had had Steven available, it would have been a different story, but who knows. Either way, FOU is the victor, and I know they're in a solid second place now, but I think it's going to require G-Men to lose pretty hard in round 5 for them to take the lead, take the Group B win.
Yeah, it looks like G-Men have basically summed it up, kind of like Legionnaires had yesterday, though Legionnaires took a tumble in the last round, so we are going to play out the final map to make sure that we qualify each position to know who's first and second in case, because if G-Men do qualify through VRL, their spot would really be unnecessary in the VRML, other than maybe to claim the prizes for those of the winners of the tournament and things like that. So
either way, they do not have an easy road ahead of them. The winner of the Challenger Cup is going to go up against Globochem, SMC Tactical, and Blaze, and those guys are playing real good.
No, I think they go into Group B, which is the European group mostly.
Oh, you're right. Group B is the European
round robin
group.
is yeah, 'cause it's Globo, Danglers, Blaze, and SMC on Group A. That's going to be some intense matchups if you got thrown into that group. May God have mercy on your soul, because those are really dangerous.
G-Men are
teams.
definitely going to have a tough time against beginners and the likes of the EU Group B, so I don't know. We'll see. Legionnaires versus G-Men should be fun, though. That'll be a great Challenger Cup tournament final.
Yeah, it really would. It'd also probably be easier to schedule than one that's across the pond, because we do kind of need to have that decider done before we can even go into our round robin stages. But yeah, so now we've got the score in. We're just waiting on it to be updated on the website so that we can see what our round 5 matchups will be.
I think we'll take a brief pause here as we hash out what we're going to be jumping into. Thank you so much for tuning in for the Onward VR Master League Challenger Cup Group B. If you want to get involved or want to follow all of the stuff, do it now. Follow and use your Twitch Prime and subscribe. And then head over to vrmasterleague.com/onward where you'll see the Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook links for all of the content that the VR Master League delivers. We're also recruiting, so make sure you get in there. And we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been determined that G-Men are the victors no matter the outcome of round 5. So we are going to be jumping into a Group B breakdown in just a few minutes. If you want to hang tight for that, we'll be bringing in Noman and Buxton and getting their thoughts and feelings on the day. We'll be looking at a few clips from today, and then we will be signing off. So please stay tuned for the Group B breakdown. Should be pretty good. I want to take a look at some pretty good highlights from today, and then we'll be signing off. So thank you so much for tuning in, and don't go anywhere. We're gonna do. We'll be wrapping up shortly. Welcome, everybody, back to the Mega Desk, where we are at the Challenger Cup. I just actually crossed out pre and put post show. We're going to be taking a look at some... Well, I want to get the thoughts and feelings of everybody on today, because, man, we had an exciting couple of games today that ended up getting played out that a couple of rounds I was not expecting.
Yeah, no, absolutely, NightFiree. I mean, I don't know about how Onward Master League 2 or 3 were going, but even the ones that, we didn't necessarily think were going to be super competitive turned out to be really eye-opening. I mean, we saw Ember cap on G-Men in the first map, ridiculous. And that was... never would have thought that would happen. No disrespect to Noman and his Inferno group, but... the difference in the rank spread in the VRML championship roundup right now is pretty large. So to see Ember put up such a good fight there, that was probably one of my favorite moments today. Or that FOU Mr. Clutch It ace on Cargo. That was my play of the week.
Yep,
probably.
And those are the two clips that we are playing kind of in the background as we talk about today, because, man, that was just it's a pace for the Group B in my mind. I mean, to see Ember play so well and get that cap, and then to see FOU also do so well and Toxic to do a 5v1 comeback. I mean, it was fantastic. Noman, did you have any really standout plays over on Master League 2 that stood out to you?
Yeah, I mean, we had a couple of really good games early on.
Yeah, we did too.
The one that I think the one that I'd like to highlight was the Ember Animal House game that we had cast in round 3 on Quarantine. That game went, it was just kind of all over the place. Ember sort of fought back and forth, got it to 3-1 on a really nice defensive play. And then Animal House kind of turned it on, and they had these wonderful coordinated, just like perfect pushes. They just had the people in the right positions. I don't even know that a clip would really do it justice. It was the whole round was so orchestrated and just done so well, and they were able to fight back 3 unanswered points and take that away from Ember. That was such an interesting and exciting game to watch, I think, for everybody. And even this final one that we had just done casting, Big Red 1 and G-Men, that was a tighter game than you would expect. Suburbia, like we were saying in the cast, is sort of the equalizer, the global equalizer map, where newer teams and veteran teams can both sort of fight on even footing. And BRO put up a great fight against them as well. Some really good plays there. So yeah, it's just been a really great day for matchups.
Yeah, Buxton, any standout plays in your mind?
Oh, standout plays. Animal House, Pacifist, G-Men, Animal House.
Just a great day. I mean,
Honestly, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's been pretty decent overall, really. There's no really one standout play for
let me hit you with this question. And who do you think was the? Was there any team that surprised you in their play today? Buxton.
Honestly, I'd say Big Red 1, just in the G-Men versus Big Red 1.
Yeah.
They took a round off of them, and I think one or two other rounds actually went down to kind of the wire. So it was definitely very interesting to watch.
Yeah, and they definitely played pretty well, in my opinion, against FOU. You know, not really giving in hard to those, like, you know, giving FOU a run for the money, even though the score line doesn't reflect it. They certainly put in a quality couple of rounds today. They're definitely a team to watch out for. Ember, in my mind, was a standout squad today that I was not expecting to play well. Sleepy, I know you talked about that earlier. And Noman, I'm curious, who for you do you think was there any team that surprised you?
I don't know about surprise. I think I want to take it the other way. So I do agree that Ember played well, but I'm going to flip it on its head. I'm going to say I'm surprised they didn't do better. They were up in both games. They were 3-1, I think, was the scoreline in both at some point.
Yeah, it was.
And Ember was taking the lead, and they kind of surprised me with not being able to close those games out. I mean, of course, there's, you know, I'm a little close to the situation, but still, it's one of those things that you sort of notice about teams in that mid-tier is sometimes they can't close the series. And it was surprising to me that twice in one game against two different teams, they struggled to close the series out. So I think that was the biggest surprise to me. Otherwise, I think the teams played pretty much in line with what I would have expected out of all of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, either way, today was a fantastic couple. I mean, I think this, between the two, Noman, I'll go to you first. Between Group A and Group B, which one do you think was more entertaining to watch?
That's such a hard question. That's such a, how do you pick? I didn't really get to see all of each cup.
True.
Even of the cup I've done, I don't get to see all of it. I would say, I don't know. I think Challenger Cup 8 takes it, but really it's just because it's the first one. That's the one where we get all the of course, there's more teams, more matches that we cast. I think A had a very intense fight for first. I think here G-Men sort of cinched it up a little early.
True.
But yeah, that's my thoughts.
Sleepy, what about your thoughts?
A
or B?
I think from our side, NightFiree, I'm gonna say Group B.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you on that.
Because we had some really just lit matches on our channel today. I mean, and I don't even like to use the word lit. Like, I'm older. I'm too old to be using that word, to be honest with you. But that is how I'm going to describe it. I mean, I really thought FOU had it, and then they played G-Men, and G-Men got that cap and just shut them down. But it is what it is. I'm still very proud of the French Onward Union. I think it's fantastic, and I think next season, oh my gosh, you guys are going to have to look out for them. The EU is going to be on fire, and if they do any button cups, whoever gets French Onward, you better learn to play, because those boys are strong, especially FOU Clutch It. That he was just on fire.
Really?
Yeah, for me it was Group B, though I will say Group A was also very exciting as well. But on our channel, from what I saw, Group B takes it for me, but just barely.
Now, Buxton, you didn't have a chance to get in on Group A, so I'm not going to ask you that question. But what I am going to throw over to you is your guess, your best estimate for who we are going to see come out on top of this Challenger Cup final. Because now we know who we're going to be playing against. It's going to be Legionnaires versus G-Men. Who do you think is going to be the winner there?
That is, again, a very
I'm asking you tough
question.
ones. I'm giving you the hard ones today, I guess.
Considering it is going to be a best of 3.
Yep.
I honestly think it's so difficult. I'm going to just go 50-50. My hand lands upwards is going to be Legionnaires.
Okay. I think today, based off of watching Legionnaires play yesterday and G-Men today, I think I'm going to put my eggs in the G-Men basket for that Challenger Cup final. we'll obviously get your thoughts again when we go to when we have this cast, but we may not all be on here, so I gotta get everyone's thoughts now. Noman, you're gonna have to choose Challenger Cup finalists, Legionnaires, or G-Men. Which one are you going with?
Again, a really tough call. I have to just keep sticking with my Legionnaires pick from yesterday. If we're taking the two slower teams, which they both are, it's definitely the methodical teams. I have to say that Legionnaires may have more tricks up their sleeve still left for this Challenger Cup. So I'm gonna stick with them.
Okay. Sleepy, your thoughts? Who do you think is gonna take Challenger Cup?
You know, Legionnaires play so well in these tournaments usually. I would normally give it to them, but I just think G-Men are such a strong team. Like, even when they falter, they usually do a pretty good job of coming back, like we saw on that map against Ember where they got capped on as a 3-1 lead, and then they came in the very next round and capped back. So I'm going to give it to G-Men because I think they've just got the experience.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you there. So we're split on the desk between Legionnaires and G-Men. Man, this is going to be exciting. I can't wait for that series to get scheduled up, and it probably will run around our normal league run times, I would think. It's two NA squads up against each other, so I don't think any scheduling issue will be there. So keep your eyes peeled for when that will be live, and where you'll find that information is over on the Onward Master League Twitter. You can find the links to that over at vrmasterleague.com/onward. You'll find your Twitch, Facebook, Discord, all the links to all the Master League action. You can sign up for a team, you can register a team, and also you can become a caster if you want. There are open registries for casting for next season, so make sure you tune in over to the site. I think that is it for us today. It has been a solid 4 hours of Master League action. I have no complaints today. It was a lot of fun to watch. Everybody, I'll let you each go with a final thought. Buxton, you're up.
Well, hope everyone had fun today. Good playing in the matches, and I'm looking forward to that final.
Absolutely. Sleepy?
Yeah, I'm really just excited to see who's going to win this one. I think it's going to be a good match, but overall, we're just going to have to wait to find out which half of the desk is going to be right.
I know.
I do want to say thanks also to everyone for tuning in to all three channels. I love it when we're able to have all three of those red live lights on the VRML site. So thanks to everyone for tuning in and watching all the games today.
Yeah, much.
I'd just like to interject. This side of the desk, the Legionnaires side, has voodoo magic on our side. We win.
Oh, jeez. It's okay. We'll just break Buxton before next week.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Noman, any final thoughts?
Yeah, just thank you to everybody for showing the support, showing the bits, hanging out with us all day today. I mean, if these cups were any indicator, that Challenger Cup final is going to be incredible and a great lead into what I think is going to be one of the most amazing round robin and championships in general so far in the VRML.
Yeah, I am in agreement with you there. It is going to be the best Onward I think you'll see probably in all 7 seasons that Onward has been going in the Master League. So you're going to want to tune in. You're going to want to watch the Challenger Cup and then obviously the semis. And all those dates are on the Master League site, so make sure you tune in over there onto the vrmasterleague.com. May 11th and May 12th is round robin A and B. May 18th is the semis. May 25th is the finals, and the winner of that goes to the ESL VR League Season 3 finals, June 8th and 9th. A lot on the line, a lot coming up. And with that, we will be signing off. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Challenger Cup today. Again, thank you for tuning into all 3 channels. Thanks for the bits and subs. We will be heading out. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. My co-caster is Buxton, Sleepy with 2 3s, and Nolan with the 4. We'll all be seeing you a little bit later this week. Bye.